Hey, bud. How's the view? Look okay? We are now. Back at it. Yeah, I think it's good. At least it looks good on my side. Hey, Ella. There we go. Trying to find the right microphone. Does it sound okay? Hopefully. Yeah, I think it's really beautiful tonight. Super beautiful. Nice face. Turn off the histogram stretch. Gives it a little bit more brightness. I saw it. May. I see you. Oh, now I'm hitting the microphone. I forgot my drink. I literally went inside. I completely forgot. That's pretty wild, no? Okay. You turn on the outside camera too. At least we can see the telescope. Go get the beverage. Oh wait, I know. I can't believe I forgot it. Oh no. Oh, meteor. You're excited for it. I can't even tell you how many thousands of hours of the moon I've watched. I've still yet to capture one. Early in the moon's life. Yeah, relatively early. About somewhere around 3.3 to about 3.5 billion. Oh. That's true, Ella. That's true. Hey, Kent, welcome back, bud. Welcome back. Back with the moon. Different setup too. That way we get the whole view of the moon. Yeah, I'm gonna go grab my drink. Give me just a minute. I'll be right back. I see some pesky clouds. Seen a little bit of them. That's a lot of cheese. Gotcha. Sí, qué linda. Que es la luna, sí. Mucho bonito. Can you guide ourselves? Curator. Oh, everyone. Good morning from back of. Yeah. Any spaceships? No. No. What's up, Psych? I see you, bud. You guys about ready for some meteors? We're gonna be coming up on some here soon. What is some live views of meteorites? Or sorry, not meteorites, but meteoroids flying through. This camera I have on the bottom, it does a really good job at capturing meteor showers. You know, Aubrey, thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for that. Can you guys see the stars okay on that camera or no? Ready for some meteors? It'll be a lot of fun. It will be a lot of fun. Let's throw up the outdoor camera here. Kind of like that. And you can see the clouds right there too. See some stars. Is it in water? No, it's the atmosphere. The atmosphere has a lot of water in it though. What website do you use to tell when meteor showers are showing up? You can go to the American Meteor Society and get them. What's up, B? Welcome back, dude. Yep, we're live again. We are live again with the moon. What a beautiful moon. A bit bright on the guy's side. And a little bit on mine too. If we can tone it down just a bit. There we go. Oh, thanks, I appreciate that. Seen Saturn earlier. Yeah, 3:27 a.m. Is that the moon like right now? Yep. Live view of the moon. Live view of our moon. Pointing flat because it's not flat. Ink flat like nothing else. Yeah, what's up, Maggie? Good morning. Yeah, this is our moon. The wavy distortion, literally atmospheric distortion or atmospheric turbulence. Kind of like if you look over hot pavement at the end of the day and you see the waves coming through. Same thing that we see in the atmosphere here, except of course we're magnified, so you see it a little bit more intense. Hey, welcome back. Welcome back, bud. All moons are curvy. That is true. Hey, Robert. Welcome back, bud. Oh, the girl moon. Oh my goodness. Big problem for astrophotographers. Yeah. People don't like this object. If you're into astrophotography, this thing is your worst nightmare. Hi, Samantha. Welcome in. Good try to join audiobooks or collaborate with the TTS, text-to-speech service. Really nice voice. Hey, that'd be pretty cool, though. That would be kind of cool. Right now my voice is probably all tore up though. We just did 3.5 hours of live, almost 4 hours. My voice is about there. That was a long live. No, same telescope, just different optics. Object striking the moon. Oh, that's fake. Depends. There is a real one from a Japanese astronomer that captured a impact on the moon. But a lot of the videos that you see, they typically are AI. Can we track 3i? Not yet. Not until the end of October. We'll be able to view it from the observatory. This is our moon. Our beautiful moon. Please talk about how extraterrestrials are real. Dude, we don't have the evidence of it. But still, the sun has more influence on gravity. It does. And there's a lot of influence on the moon. Even though we got it tidally locked, there's still a lot of influence on it. Wait until it transforms. Got it. This is the moon. Our moon. Is there water on the moon? There is. We actually observed water on the moon near like the South Pole, the really deep impact craters where the sunlight never gets into it. Those areas are, there's a little bit of ice water there. Have you seen NBC lately? No, I don't watch NBC. Live view this, yeah, live view right now. And some people think space isn't real. Yeah, that's pretty wild, ain't it? We literally are in space. You know there's life also on the moon, and not just Mars. Well, we don't know if there's life even on Mars. We don't have evidence of life on the moon. And there's some evidence that suggests it's possible life could be on the on Mars, but we still need to get those samples back and do a little bit more investigation. What materials can be industrialized on the moon surface? Quite a bit, honestly, quite a bit. The sun shines on the dark side as well. Yeah, it does. We don't actually call it the dark side. We call it the far side. The far side of the moon. There's a lot of dust on the moon. Get the samples back, get the robots on Mars. It'd take quite a bit. I mean, obviously we're smart, right? We're smart people. We get things figured out. We got samples back from asteroids. We can get samples back from Mars. Tardigrades are on the moon? No. No, highly doubt that. Highly doubt it. We haven't seen anything that suggests life on the moon. Omega base and those craters of ice. They're always dark. They're super cool, Kent. They're like negative 410 degrees. Really cool. Is it real? Yeah, that's a live view. This is the live view of the moon. But there's no moon. We really don't, like, as far as like mankind, we don't know how that would go, but our seasons would be off. We'd be wobbly like crazy. We wouldn't be in the nice little rotation that we have on our axis. The oceans wouldn't be in check, so we'd have massive waves. It'd be pretty wild. Is it true that Earth keeps moving out of orbit at this one point? What exactly do you mean, at this one point? You let it more closer. We may zoom in just a bit. We might. Is there any other thing, like any creatures or other things to be situated over there? I mean, it's always possible, right? There's always a possibility of stuff, but we just haven't observed it yet, though. PW, thank you so much for the sub. Seen that. Thank you so much. We will. We'll do some zooming in just a minute. Have you seen any craft or UAPs? I have not. I have not. Keep seeing strange videos. There's a lot of AI stuff nowadays. A lot of AI stuff nowadays, so I'd be very cautious with what you see. In the last screenshot with the previous live stream with the image. Oh, but you can notice the rotation. Yeah, it's pretty cool, ain't it? Yep. You see, liberation. We call that liberation. What about the Atlas Rock 3i? Comet. Appears to be a comet. Yeah, the moon does. The moonlight does have an effect on wildlife. And when we talk about fishing, though, obviously tides come in effect, plus the lunar light as well. Europa mission, excited for it. Very excited for Europa. I'll move the telescope over just a bit. Maybe down just a hair here. There we go. Heard of moon flashes? Ever seen it yourself? So I know what you're speaking of. I never have though. I've never actually experienced it. But when we talk about moon flashes, there's a little bit, especially in some of the craters, and there's specific craters actually that we see it more frequently. But the dust on the moon gets a lot of some of the dust on the moon gets magnetized because of the solar wind, and so we think it's kind of like a lightning effect or a static effect. We don't know that the moon has any effect on females. There's nothing in science that suggests it. Thanks, Felix. Appreciate it, man. Littles, that's awesome. Appreciate it. Reviews on the moon soil containing nuclear isotopes, such as uranium. That's very common. Uranium, like radioactive materials, is super common. Everything has radioactivity to it. But pretty much when we talk about the isotopes, it's about 96% the same as what we find here on Earth when we talk about the moon. Can an artificial robot move the moon? Oh no, it'd take a lot of force. Our tidal influence on the moon would require quite a bit more force. The moon does look really cool close up. On the other side is where it's at. You see aliens? How do you see aliens on the other side? But yeah, you can see them. Dude, you're pretty wild. I like it though. I'd love to have a moon magnet. That would be amazing. Dude, that's so true. Yeah, absolutely. That'd be really cool. That'd be super cool. It's true that you're trying to create AI. Just send to Mars because I thought that Mars was still too cool. I'm sure there's plenty of people who love to see AI on Mars. Obviously, I think there's a lot of people say, "Now let's just send the let's get up there like biologists and such." I'm all about the mankind. Hey, Samantha, sounds good. Is colonizing perfect on the poles? It's a tough one. I mean, obviously with the ice water, that's a resource that could be used for space travel, right? So to get to Mars and whatnot. There's lava tubes that we find on the moon, which are probably going to be like the best options to find a decent lava tube that we can actually use. Hey, Bunda, what's up? I see you. How do you have such a good view? The telescope that you see here on the bottom. We zoom closer. We will. We were just like zoomed in like completely before the last, or in the last slide. We were really close up. Right now, getting that kind of full view sometimes kind of nice too. That way I can concentrate on the conversation rather than zooming in and trying to swing around a lot. Is there any reason why we haven't been back on the moon since December of 1972? Yeah, money all around. Public interest is one of the things. Money is a major factor as well. Have an amazing night, Samantha. Just woke up feeling better than yesterday for sure. Love you. Dude, that's awesome, man. Glad that you're feeling better. Is there also an ice on... There is ice on the moon. Yeah, we find ice on the moon. Jupiter, I'm a sub you. Jupiter's not up where I can get to it. Have you ever seen ships flying around? No. How can people trust AI so much? Dude, I know. I agree. I do a little bit of programming. I use a little bit of AI, and I can tell you, I normally got to repair AI's issues. Like, it gets pretty bad sometimes. Can a cockroach survive on the moon? No. Not in the form of what the moon is currently. It'd require a lot more than just the moon. Oh, thanks, Sunray. Appreciate that. Why is it never spinning? Are you talking about rotating? Like rotating on its axis? Yeah, it does. It rotates. It's a slow rotation, though. Synchronization rotation, since we're tidally locked. It takes about 27.3 days for it to rotate, make that one full rotation on its axis. This telescope's a C11, 11-inch Schmidt-Cassegrain screen. Well, if aliens lived on the moon, but they just nuked the whole thing, I mean, I guess that would happen. Is it possible to send a horse to Mars? I mean, probably not. It's going to be really tough to do something like that. Obviously, they don't have the ability to maintain their safety. Gupner. Oh, no way, Cape Canaveral. Used to watch space shots from my own. Dude, that's so crazy. I love that, Ella. That's super awesome. Hi, May. Welcome in. Explain the craters? No, I mean, we can explain the craters by impacts from asteroids and comets. Which planet water and surprisingly alien? There's so we can do further invention. Maybe. Yo, BJ, thank you so much for the sub. Appreciate you, bud. Why's the moon moving away from Earth? There's a couple of things, centrifugal force and also influence from like the sun. Mostly centrifugal force, though. It's about 1.437 inches per year that it moves away from us. Could have moved back over. Getting a little carried away over there. Someone got to remind me that's not centered up. Lots of acne scars on the moon, yeah. Have you ever seen anything strange around the moon? No, you'd have to have something really big to be able to see it near the moon. Like, really big. Can you recommend a decent scale for a beginner? Probably a tabletop Dobsonian. You're probably looking at something like $100, $300, but look for like a tabletop Dobsonian. Upgrade the Nikon Z6 Triple I to get the 120 FPS mode to catch International Space Station transit in front of the moon last week. Oh, dude, that's crazy awesome. Love it. Love it. That's actually really cool. Hopefully I got everything up on top. What's the music, by the way? This is called ocean tapping. Not hollow. We know it's not hollow. The moon's not hollow. James Webb. James Webb's pretty cool. James Webb's about 1 million miles out there, though. It never gets to look back. It would never get a picture of our moon, never get a picture of us, wouldn't get a picture of Venus or Mercury. Kind of sucks. Got a second iPad. My first iPad's battery overheat. Oh no. Why is it James Webb sending back strange things? Like what? I haven't seen any strange things come from it. Sun next. Ooh. You're really trying to keep me up all night. You know what time I started streaming earlier? We're around like 11 or 11:15 or so. Is that live? It is. Yep. It's a live and clear view of the moon tonight, actually. You can see the telescope here on the bottom. I can go out and tap it if you want to see the view move, even. Why did it ring like a bell when they crashed? So, the lunar module, there's no moisture that we speak of when we talk about the crust of the moon. So, nothing baffles, and it just creates this like weird ringing vibration type noise. Will you do a 24-hour? No way. Not at all. Would the moon be able to orbit us if it was hollow? I mean, it would still orbit, right? The problem is, though, we got such a tidal force on the moon, and the same vice versa, it has a tidal force on us as well. But it would crush in on itself, and that's why we see moonquakes, is because of the crushing effect that it gets. It gets a cooling effect plus the tidal effect, so it always wants to crush in on itself. And so we get moonquakes, which is pretty cool. Asteroids actually bringing stuff to planets, like minerals, if you're speaking of that, like isotopics or something. Can you show any planets, please? Here in a bit, we will. We'll probably swing by Uranus. We could even go look at Saturn, but they're going to be really small in this setup that we have now. We did a lot of Saturn earlier. We did like 3.5 hours or so of Saturn just a bit ago. Saturn and Neptune. Can't seem to trust many videos. No, I hear you. I get it. When's Atlas going to show up again? Near the end of October. Yep, mass creates gravity. Mass is what we consider to be gravity. Correct. Can't believe I missed Saturn. Was looking forward to seeing the rings. Oh, you missed it? No way. It was a beautiful view tonight. We had a really beautiful view. This is the moon. Yep, we're looking at the moon. Next live planets. Yeah, tomorrow night. Or I should say tonight. We'll probably start out and do Saturn again. Saturn, Neptune, and so on. My favorite planet except Earth? Depends on which conversation you're speaking of. Favorite as in like the view or what? Why isn't there a base on the moon? Because we haven't built one. Oh, that got retracted apparently. This is not the sun, that's the moon. Have you ever seen anything interesting while observing the moon? Like airplanes flying through, satellites, bats, stuff like that. Yo, Betty, thank you so much for the sub. Can we send an end to the moon? I guess you could. It's an iron core. The core of the moon we believe to be iron core. There's a lot of evidence shows iron core. Here soon we'll probably do Uranus. It's not too far away. It's just gonna be like a little dot though. Favorite planet based on view? Jupiter. By far Jupiter. Jupiter and Venus I think are just stunning. Really stunning. Venus is because we get to see planetary phases. Every planet gets phases, obviously, but to be able to see planetary phases that actually you can recognize and say, wow, that's an actual phase, it's going to be like Venus and Mercury. Look a lot like how we are looking at the moon right now. Is the sun sleeping? Yeah. Windows? I use Windows. What's the fastest speed you guys have managed to go mile per hour? I got, let's see here. The fastest one now is the Solar Probe. I can't remember exactly how fast, but before that was a manhole cover. Molten or solid? Solid. It'd be a solid iron. This real it is. Welcome in. Hey Lala, welcome in. Do you think the moon has once inhabited beings in the craters? What? No, I doubt it. I highly doubt it. Highly doubt it. Ah, thank you, Loey. Loey? Do I say Loey? Hopefully I said that right. Thank you, Loey. I appreciate that. The moon is not geoactive, that's true. Doesn't have a atmosphere. It has an exosphere, though. We measure a little bit of a exosphere. We finally find the Martians we have been looking for. Who knows? Maybe. Why is it when a meteor hits the moon, any size or speed, it only seems to penetrate so deep? So the deepest impact on the moon is 7 miles, and the most shallow one's about sand. It's a rock. Thoughts on 3i? It's a comet. Will the moon's dirt be able to grow plants if it had air? That's a great question. Yes, in a sense, yes. It's going to depend though, because a lot of it's radioactive. But the question would be, like, if you can get rid of some of the topsoil, will you find soil with any kind of nutrients? We don't know if there's enough nutrients. So you're going to be required to take stuff, obviously. But we do know there's a little bit of moisture inside the crust. Not a ton, obviously, like what Earth has. We got a lot of moisture here, but on the moon we find a little bit of moisture. And we see that like in silica. That comes out, silica glass, basically. We find a little bit of moisture in it. We also find the ice, of course, in some of the deep impact craters near the poles. To reliquefy the surface above Earth and the moon, massive. It would take a lot. Still a ton of dirt and debris. Bring it home. That's pretty funny. There's a little bit of oxygen on the moon, but it's we believe it all comes from here, though, like through the solar wind, kind of blowing out a little bit of our atmosphere. Yeah, if you look at the dark masses, these areas here are solidified lava beds. This bosnic lava. With the Martians, nah, I highly doubt it. Highly doubt that. Are all craters on the moon naturally formed due to impacts? Yes, except there's some on the far side. There's a booster hit the moon, which caused an impact crater. Really small, obviously, not something we see from here on Earth, but there was that. I mean, stuff like that happens, obviously. What other planets can we see with that beast telescope? We can see all the planets in our solar system. Does the moon have sounds? So that's kind of like a tricky one, right? Technically, no, but we can visually see sounds by seismic meters that are actually left on the moon. Well, no, it's all cheese. I wouldn't need it though. Do we have enough moisture to cool down AI server farmers for when we get there? It's super cold on the moon. It's super hot on the moon. It goes both directions, but if you get near the poles inside those deep craters, it's like negative 410 degrees. Pretty wild, right? There's lava tubes though that would be more consistent in temperature. That would be an option. I don't know that I would put AI on the moon though. How can you stream like this? Can't I try, man? I'm going to try to be here. Since I'm moving everything over to YouTube, I'm going to make this my primary area. I'll try to be here as often as I can. Hopefully about every night, as long as we got clear skies. Is there life on Mars? We don't know yet. No, we won't ever be tightly locked to the sun. What would a rock taste like, though? A rock. Is a Sea of Tranquility wet? No, it's a solidified lava bed. The silica exists, and yes, can you find some circumstances tether than NASA? I'm not too sure what you mean there, tether than NASA. I'm not too sure what that means. Silica does exist on the moon. Can we see an atom to the moon? I mean, the moon would have atoms on it. The dark side would be cool. There's no technical dark side of the moon. It's a far side, and it receives sunlight as well. All areas of the moon receive sunlight except the really deep impact craters that face down and up, away from its plane. or the North and South Pole. Really, not even one flat plate. Nah, man. It's all good. People are gone. Yeah. How long until the moon escapes our orbit? Ooh, that's a tough one. We know it moves away about 1.437 inches per year. There's some modeling that suggests different areas, right? But it's going to be after the sun's gone. All models basically suggest that it'll be at the end of the period of our solar system anyways. Would moving affect the moon's shape, or is it too far away to make a difference? So its shape's kind of fun when we talk about the moon. It looks like an egg, right? But on this side as well, on the near side, we actually have a bulge on the moon. The moon kind of has a bulge out towards us because of that tidal locking. Oh, no way, B. Dude, that's horrible, man. That's horrible. Want to see a massive subway bill from Earth to the moon. It wouldn't work. Would not work. The mirror of the moon not spinning. I mean, it does spin. It just takes forever. It takes 27.3 days. Is it pear-shaped like Earth? It's more like an egg. It looks more like an egg. What do you think the main purpose or the reason of the moon? There's no purpose or reason for the moon. It is just what it is. It's there. What is the reason behind those dark patches on the moon? It's solidified lava. Austenitic lava. It's during like major impacts. Trying to think of how long ago these were. This is like 3.5 billion years ago. And it just kind of peeled open the crust and the lava flowed out. Yeah, absolutely. Be safe, man. Hopefully someone helps out soon. How true is that the pebbles are sharp? The dust that's on the moon, very sharp. Very sharp. Yeah, the moon rotates. The moon rotates every 27.3 days, and then the moon's day cycle takes 29.5 days. How's a day on the moon be 29 Earth days if it's highly locked Earth? Because it takes 27.3 days to orbit around Earth, but we're also moving around the sun, so it takes about 29.5 days to get a full day on the moon itself. Havri Ton, what's up? Welcome back. How's the day on me? Okay, I think I got you on that one. Did we go to the moon? We did. How true is acceleration disk formation theory? Ooh, accretion disk. Sorry, I said acceleration disk. How true is a accretion disk formation theory? Is the moon part Earth then? So accretion disk. Are you speaking of the accretion disk like around a black hole? It's a moon part Earth then. We do have a lot of evidence that show that the Great Impact hypothesis is a scientific theory at this point. Other ripples of the video from Earth's atmosphere. Yeah, we got turbulent atmosphere tonight. Moon and Earth, same map, not even close. Coworkers absolutely hate when I bring up the moon. So funny. That's super funny. It is 3:52 a.m. I'm in Kansas City, Missouri area. What about the second moon? We actually got 7 quasi-moons right now. We actually have 7 quasi-moons plus the natural moon. Can you please explain the moon Earth, the rotation effect, dark side? So there's no dark side. There's no actual dark side of the moon. But we see the phases, right? So obviously the side that's illuminated is the side that faces the sun. In Tennessee, sweet. Not too far from us. You do lots of telescope stuff. I do. Quasi-moons? Quasi-moons are like small captured asteroids or small captured natural objects, mostly asteroids, that are temporary. What causes turbulent atmosphere? All kinds of stuff like the heat, the wind, pressure gradients and stuff like that. How wide is the face of the moon compared to North America? It's about the same size as the United States. Do we have a peace sign if aliens come to Earth? I guess throw a white flag, I'd imagine. I appreciate that, Mythic. Show you the other side of the moon? Okay. Oh, sir. I missed some. What was that? The moon got hit by an asteroid again. So big it caused lava. So we don't think that there's much molten core left, if even any. We think it's pretty much cooled off at this point, but there could be a little bit of molten lava towards the core. We just don't know at this point. This is a live view of it right now. Yeah, this is live video of the moon. Explain that. Explain what? I just went through like 100 different things. I'm trying to keep up with everything. Why can't we see on Earth only this image? Because it's tightly locked to us. The moon is tightly locked to us. No, I'm not old enough to made it through the Apollo missions. I'm much younger than that. But the S-23 looks the same. Oh, that's super cool. You just took a photo. Ain't it beautiful though? We have a beautiful moon. It's actually decent looking right now. I think we got a really beautiful moon. How far can you zoom in? It depends. It depends on the eyepiece or the cameras you use. Or you can use Barlow's even. There's a moon view right now. Yeah, there's a live view of the moon right now. What's the plan and purpose of the stream? Astronomy outreach. Can you zoom in and out? Like, how do you zoom in and out? You mean like pinch and screen? I don't use my phone to actually do this. It's all connected from the observatory into my computer and then goes through Streamlabs and out to YouTube. You're Apollo old? I got it. That's on the recent Mars announcement. Yeah, I think the notations are amazing. I think it's really cool. We'll see. Work at KPNO, just outside of Tucson, and learn today that we have photos of the dark side. That's not the dark side, it's far side. Far side of the moon. Dark side is a song. But yeah, there's a lot of photos from the far side of the moon. The first ones were back in the 1950s with Luna 3, which is a Russia, or back then it would be in USSR. Mars boring to Jupiter. Why may not use any skin products? That's a great question. Horrible marketing up there, I guess. 0 flags on the moon. There's a lot of flags on the moon. From a lot of different countries. Ton of flags on the moon. S-23 near view are different. Which telescope? This is the C11. 11-inch Schmidt Cassegrain. Oh, Bill. Yeah, I'm not too worried. My TikTok's massive. I'm new on the YouTube side. I'm moving everything to the YouTube side, but I'm not worried about growing. I put my family flag on the moon last year. Oh my goodness. Zoom out. Jupiter I can't get to yet. It's still way behind trees. Way behind trees. Stand up 360 moon. What exactly do you mean? Stand up 360 moon. Not too sure what you mean. Oh, with a camera that's on the bottom? Is that what you mean? Or I'm not too sure what you mean there. Where are all the craters same depth? They're not. In perspective, I mean, from the distance and the size, they look like it, but if we zoom in, you'll notice they're not the same depth at all. Can you see Mars from your observatory? Not right now. It's below the horizon. Can you see Sirius B? I would love to, but not right now. We can't. I can't see it from here. Not yet, anyways. West Virginia, welcome in. How are you doing? Is the moon the only thing you can view, or can you see Mars? Okay, I got you on that one. Trying to make sure I got most of the comments here. They're kind of going by pretty quick. Anybody know how big the white craters are in the middle? Like in the top middle, or the one on the bottom? Which one? I'm in Colorado. Sweet. I'm in Missouri. Never went to the moon, changed my mind. Change your mind just by looking at something. Dude, pretty cool way to do evidence. This is the moon right now. Yep, live view. The ones with splash, that's ejecta. That's ejecta coming out. The one kind of like on the top side, near the center, that's Copernicus crater. The one on the bottom that you can see the ejecta coming out from, that's Tycho. What's the temperature on the sun's side? It can get up to about 240, 250 degrees Fahrenheit. You live in space? We all live in space. Wow, sorry. Throat getting a little bit. Due to the kinetic explosion. Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing, seismic waves. Similar to what we see when you throw something into water. Able to see Venus in the morning time again. It's going to be a little later. It takes a little bit because of the trees. Let me show you the all-sky camera right above the observatory. Of course, the moon's going to be crazy bright right there, but basically here at the observatory, I got trees that go all around me. So it's kind of an unfortunate setup, but we're in really awesome dark sky. Can you zoom on 618? I wish I could, but we can only see the effects from black holes. We don't see the black holes themselves. I should be an astronaut. No way, man. I want to keep my feet on the ground. 274 moons around Saturn. Yeah, ain't that insane? Ain't that crazy? Ah, thanks, man. I appreciate that, dude. What are the waves? Atmosphere. Our atmosphere. It's kind of like think about like a barbecue grill when you light it up and you see them waves coming up from it, or like you look at hot pavement and you see the waves come up from it. We see the same thing here in our atmosphere, but we're really zoomed in, so it's amplified. Could you possibly get another nebula shot tonight? We might. We'll try to get it. Where's Missouri? I don't know. I don't know where Missouri is. I know where Missouri is, or Missouri. How many are terrestrial parts? What exactly mean terrestrial parts? Or planets? We got 4 terrestrial planets. That's what you're asking. Can you zoom into the white crater, please? We'll have to set a ROI. Which one, though? There's quite a bit there. Let me know which one. We'll do a little bit of zooming in. How many extraterrestrials? We don't know. The satellites orbiting the moon, would it be visible? Not from my, not from this perspective. This is massive. Think about the moon. It's about the size of the United States. And then think about what we're seeing right now. Would you see an airplane? If you're looking at the United States in this perspective, would you even see an airplane, which is going to be bigger than a satellite? Moon needs an outfit. It needs some kind of protective gear, huh? Oh, you only know where Tucson, Arizona is. I got you. Can you do the big crater next to the mountain? Oh, yeah, absolutely. We can do that. That's Copernicus, by the way. Let me set an ROI here. If I can properly scale it. Maybe. Where's that? Right there. We'll try to zoom in on it. Something like that, maybe. And apply. If I can zoom in digitally here, too. Oh, that's good enough, actually. There you go. There's Copernicus. Copernicus. Move it over a little bit. There you go. Disconnect emoji. Colin. What? What happened, man? The upper left one? That's Christus. Christus. How deep is this one? Man, Copernicus. I think, if I remember right, it's closer to like 2.7 miles. But I'd have to look it up. I think it's like 2.7 miles. The one over here, the really bright one's a young impact crater. Let me turn down some of the light and you'll notice it's still gray as well. It's much younger, so the soil just hasn't had time to dim down from the radiation from the solar winds. I think it's really awesome. What kind of telescope? Right now we're using a C11. Have you ever witnessed a crater crash on the moon? I personally have not. Was the moon sun equal size? They're not. They're not the equal size. That's funny. But I have imagined the moon was very tired. Yeah, you would think so. You would definitely think so, huh? Give us a little bit more light in this area. Make out some of the impact craters in the mountains right here. Come up to the mountains. There you go. Some of the cool mountain ranges. Right in the center of that dark mass is going to be the Sea of Showers. Hey, you're welcome, Jeremy. Absolutely. Are there so many, but no one ever seen it happen? I mean, what? Most of the impacts though were like 3.5 to 4 billion years ago during the Great Bombardment period. How are there so many? Got that one. I'll never understand how the spin of the Earth and the Moon are perceivable. It's kind of tough. Like the best way I can mention it is imagine like if you have like a can of Pepsi in front of you and you do a 360, you always see the same side. But if you have a friend watch you do that 360 and they watch the can of Pepsi, they'll see it make that one rotation. Your name is Trusted, and you're trying to say that NASA never made it to the moon yet. Everybody has already confirmed that we made it to the moon. Just think about that one. I want you to think about that one really hard. Kind of comical. When the country you're going against to get to the moon has already confirmed you've been to the moon, man. I mean, that should be kind of the first thought. But there's other cool stuff like the retroreflective mirrors on the moon that you can actually bounce lasers off of and receive that signal back and stuff like that. Have you ever been to the meteor hole in Arizona? I have once. Would love to go back though. Bro, we haven't been to space, my guy. You're in space, like you're literally in space right now. And this guy says, you guys believe in the moon? What? Anyways, what would you do if you went to the moon? I think it'd be a blast on the moon. I think it'd be really cool. I think it'd actually be pretty cool. Here's the other cool things. You can actually look up photos from like India, Japan, Russia, also China that take photographs of the things on the moon. Now we can actually look at the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter that takes a lot of high-def photographs of the moon. People still believe the Earth is round. Dude, I can't believe people actually would think that the Earth ain't round. Here, let me help you out the door, though. We don't need people that eat crayons hanging around us too much, because it might just affect us a little bit. How's the moon change colors? In our perspective, it's it's really our perspective. So like when you see like that orange moon during when it's coming up over the horizon or setting, it's going to be a really thick environment type stuff like dust or smoke and so on. I mean, we are in space. This is a live shot of the moon. Yeah, that's a live view of the moon. What time will you be able to see Jupiter? Ooh, it'll be a bit. It's still quite a ways below the trees. What time did we see it last night or this morning? I can't remember. We're probably like an hour away before we can even see Jupiter. Yeah, conspiracy people are kind of different. They're definitely different. I'll take it longer. I went, dang. The blood moon freaks you out. It's pretty cool. I like the blood moon. I think it's really beautiful. C11 right now. Can we look at Venus? It's never high enough in the observatory. I'd actually have to take a telescope out and we'd have to look at it. Never high enough for us to see. We see the moon start rusting in our lifetime, or are we talking million? So there's a little bit of rust on it, but we won't see it. That amount of rust is so small amount. It's such a small amount. And plus, we only see it really near the poles, like the South Pole. The moon has been huge lately. Yeah. Can we look at Neptune? Neptune, let's see how far over it is. I think it's already behind trees as well. Yeah, it's getting really close. We gotta take a look at Saturn real quick and Neptune. We gotta swing to the other side of this guy though. Swing the other side and then we'll get back. Let's go to it. Here we go. We on our way. You guys want to hear the whining noise of the telescope? Pretty crazy. Turn it on. Jupiter, I'll try it. It's behind trees though. We'll do Neptune and Saturn real quick. It's going to be really small in the setup that we're currently in. We're still moving. What did I do? I don't even know. Again. Ooh. There it goes. Somehow it stopped. Seen Hubble with the eyes as a kid. Dude, that's crazy awesome. That's super cool. Satellites can be seen. Oh, there's a lot of satellites you can see without any objects. It's a good budget telescope to get my kids interested. Look for like a tabletop Dobsonian. Been like $100, $300. Good area to be in. Thanks, Ranger. Appreciate you, bud. Are you going live on the next Red Moon? Yeah, it'll be next year, though. Chris says, I am the Hubble telescope. We're back here. Let me get us some brightness, though. We can actually see something here. Give us light. See a dot. Let's take a photo, then we'll place off it. And we can get Saturn right in the view. Rolls plates off. Alright, here we go. Speed it back up, and here comes Saturn. Saturn, some moons, and stars. Can you zoom in on any other galaxies? Sometimes we can look at galaxies. We might try one before we get back to the moon. The equipment here, C11 with the EQ6R Pro. That's pretty cool view, I think, anyways. Maybe Saturn out there. If you want Neptune, we get Neptune here too. Neptune, right there. Go. And right in the center. One right in the center, the brighter one. Yeah, absolutely, Darth. Yeah, those were some of the moons around Saturn. And then let's go to this right here. We. Alright, let me get some light. We'll take a photo. Plate solve it. Here we go. Jupiter, we'll try. We'll try. Alright, here it comes. See that kind of blob in the center? You guys make that out? Get a little bit of light. Maybe Saturn change. We just seen Saturn. Literally just seen it. Right now, this is Andromeda Galaxy. That brightness in the center is going to be its core. Let me get hooked. I mean, when I was 8 years old. I started out when I was 8. There's Andromeda. Doing Andromeda stuff. Alright, let's see. We'll try for Jupiter. I doubt we'll get it. Let me try for something just before it, though. That way we can play solve and hopefully get it correct. Alright, let's go. Hi, ID. I appreciate that. I do appreciate it. Dude, we don't do religion. Religion and politics just don't fit. Trying to make it welcoming for everybody. Find Atlas, it's below the horizon. Alright, let's see what we can do. There's going to be a little globular cluster of a bunch of stars. You guys see all that? How cool is that? Ton of stars. Alright, we should be good here. See if I can hit Jupiter or not. It's going to be behind the tree, so it's going to be kind of a here and there try. There we go. Let's see. Joop. Or Jupiter. I see a few moons there. Kind of hard to see them though. Still behind too many trees. You guys see any of the moons? Why so bright? It's just really bright. Jupiter's super bright. Dim it down a little bit. It's a really bright target. I was trying to see the moons though. You can kind of see them, but with the trees blocking out, it's going to make it kind of hard. But pretty cool. Alright, back to it. Full moon. Anybody like Pleiades though? Let's do Pleiades first. We'll go right by the moon. Betelgeuse? We'll try it here in a bit. Have you seen a UFO? Because I have 2 times. I have not. I personally have not. Let's get a little bit more light. Let's show you some of the stars right here by Pleiades. 7 sisters. Over here will be Uranus. I slide in on Uranus real quick. Got a little dot right there. Let's change the color though. Actually see the blue. Right now we're in mono. We'll try color. There you go. Can you see it? We can try to zoom in. Try that. Why Mickey Mouse go to outer space? Why? Let me find my mouse. There we go. There's Uranus. How many light years away is that? None. No light years. Your couch of the universe. Love it. Define Pluto. Nice. Alright, let me zoom back out. Or we can do this. If we can slip over here slowly without getting blinded. I'm going to turn down the brightness first. Fast. No! Oh, that was close. About how to flashbang. A little bit more light. Where is it? Moan! Where you be? I'll zoom out. A lot easier to find it. Yeah, that's pretty quick. That flash came right there. Alright, see if we can find the moon. Get a little bit more light. Quite a bit more light. Sometimes you give yourself a lot of light. You can make out the direction that things are in, like especially the moon. Yeah, it's just getting brighter. Okay, there we go. Microlife? Just a rock with some interesting details. I don't call it life until we have it in our hands and able to observe it and then confirm it. Zoom into Rigel. Rigel's a beautiful star of Orion. Let's see how high it is. I think it's still behind trees. We'll try it though. Absolutely, D. Appreciate you, bud. Here's Orion. The Orion is A, B, C, and D there. And if you look really close, you'll see some gas around the stellar nursery that we see there. Let me get a quick photo. There you go. Starting to see it come through. How cool is that? Luna? Yeah, Luna's great. We'll get back to Luna here in a minute. Nighttime still, not daytime. Yeah, it's beautiful, ain't it? Crazy beautiful. Let me stack it real quick for you. Let's see a really cool view. We'll see if we can stack it. Skip it to the most details. Line the colors. It's the histogram stretch. Stretch it just enough. Yeah, check that out. Gorgeous, gorgeous. If one forge, 07B. No, I can't. Saturn, something like that. You see the rings. We can. We did a long live of Saturn earlier, but tonight we'll do it again. This is the Great Orion Nebula. Yo, thanks for the subs. Thank you so much. Gorgeous though, right? Soon though, we'll do some more deep space stuff. Once the moon's in a new moon phase, be able to look at galaxy and nebulas a lot better. Get some really cool views. These are two different stellar nursery areas. You can see where they're illuminated. A ton of stars in there. Take it back here. Get the camera back up a little bit. Somebody said Rigel. There's that nebula there. See how beautiful and how bright it is. Crazy. Let's find Rigel. Alright, there we go. Here's Rigel. Mars not above the horizon. What's a nebula? A nebula is an area where most of the time we find an area where a star went supernova. And it's just a bunch of gases, so mostly hydrogen, helium, and then you'll find all kinds of other stuff. Now the red color that we're seeing was hydrogen. We can get a telescope like this one, Amazon. Scientific, I mean there's all kinds of places. I don't really want to recommend one specific place. Nebula and galaxies are different. Pretty cool though. Stars are okay, but they can be boring. Just points of lights, not much to them. This one can do about 600 on a really good night. It has to be a really good night. Certain brand that I'd recommend, probably Celestron. I'd probably recommend Celestron. Red color around. No, the red color doesn't signify redshift. Let's see if I can do this. See if we can get this. I'm not sure if we'll be able to do it, but we'll try. Gotta get some more stars to come in. Let it settle down for a second here. Yeah, Celestron for sure. I'd definitely recommend Celestron. Okay, let's see if we got it. It did not happen here in the USA. Nebula will reach us? No, it won't. We let it calm down just enough. We'll take a photo and see if we can capture this. Let's see. Let me clear out our old one. Alright. Get rid of all that brightness. Oh, it's going to be hard to see right now. See how the moonlight's really coming through? We probably won't be able to see it there. Yeah, I'm not. It's worth a try. Another night. We'll have better luck when the moon's not here. Alright, let's get back to the moon. 3, 2, 1, and we on our way. I'm gonna put this back in mono as well. It seems to run a lot smoother for me. Okay, and then we need a little bit of light. Gotta align the moon. Start dimming it down a little bit. There we are, our beautiful moon. Thanks, appreciate that. Or you subscribe, I appreciate you guys. The telescope program know where the planets are, or you have to move yourself. It's programmed. How often you do these streams? I'm new to YouTube side, but you'll find out I stream a lot. Zuri. Mazura. Thanks, Daniel. Appreciate that, bud. Oh, the old video. Not the comment is an asteroid coming in. I did not. I was not able to see the blood moon. Not so strong. 8 SE? I assume 8 SE, David? It's 1600, my guess. Tried to use looking at the mountain from far away. Be pretty cool. I mean, you can do it. You can definitely do it. Yeah, there are two Kansas cities, Kansas and Missouri. What? That's crazy. What's a good telescope for 300? Look for a tabletop Dobsonian. Is this live? No, it's fake. Yes, it's live, silly. If the moon isn't perfectly, what is given its curvature? Where's ours creating the illusion of a circle? What exactly do you mean? Not too sure what you mean. Tabletop Dobsonian. Really easy to use. Confusing the cat, that's too funny. What's on the dark side of the moon? It's a song. Dark side of the moon's a song. The far side of the moon, a lot of impact craters. Yeah. Over in Asia, they see a rabbit on the moon, where it's very common here, like in the United States or in North America, we see what looks like the man on the moon. No clue why. Really funny. Called the Beast. Really? I'll have to look it up. Fake video? Yeah. I see the man on the moon. Yeah. Yeah, I see the man on the moon. I don't right now, though, because of the face. Right here looks more like a puppy dog. I see like a puppy when I look at the moon right here. I wonder what the closest bright star is here. Let me look. Not a lot, actually. Now there is one. Right. Let's see if we can get how close it is to the moon. About to get a little bit of brightness. Just to see it. Do it this way. Oh, the moon's so bright. You guys see it like right in the center. Almost where like that dark circle is. If I move it just enough. Ah, it's so hard to see. Like the brightest star I can find right next to the moon. And you have to have a cell phone with your party. People have been lost. Yes, being the werewolf, the worst part It's a huge warehouse. Oh, no way. I'm gonna have to look it up. I'll definitely have to look it up. Yeah, it's a really nice mount. EQ6R Pro. Here's some fun facts about the moon. Ask questions. I love to respond to questions. I don't know why, it's just kind of what I like to do. Where's the flag? Which one? Interference computers, this is the most perfect thing. That's too funny. That's horrible though. Horrible but funny at the same time. Nice. You see the sideways elephant. Ooh. No. I don't see it. I can't see it. It's true that India landed on the moon recently. India has. India has landed on the moon. The moon's just breathtaking. Very breathtaking. Or it's like there's water in our atmosphere. Is it possible to see Pluto from here? Yes, but not right now, because it's behind trees. Definitely not plasma. It does rotate. We don't see the far side, but it does rotate. It rotates one time as it orbits around Earth. Here, let me help you out in your plasma life. Zoom in on Mars 2, not above the horizon. Hey, thanks, 10-1. Appreciate that. Not solid? Yep, that's solid. You wonder why the dark areas lack impact craters? A great question. So most of the impact craters come from the Great Bombardment period. The dark areas, that's solidified lava, even though it has some obviously, but that was roughly about 3.3 to 3.5 billion years ago, where the Great Bombardment was 3.5 to about 4 billion years ago. Is there a telescope that can zoom in further? This one will. Yo, what's up? What do they talk about landing on the dark side of the moon? I don't know, because there's no dark side of the moon. If we talk about dark side of the moon as in like communication, that means not being able to communicate to the far side of the moon. But as far as light goes, there's no dark side of the moon. All areas of the moon get sunlight. Well, besides the deep impact craters near like the South and North Pole. How do we approximate dates so far in the past? It's kind of tough. So I think this goes down a whole different level of conversation. But what we do know right now is that there's roughly one major impact about every 10,000 years. But the things we can do is look at how reflective stuff are. When we look at the moon, you see some of the brighter impact craters. Those are younger impact craters where some of the soil underneath the crust was pulled outwards, right, during impacts, and we see the lines that come out. That's called ejecta, and we know how long it takes for the radiation from solar wind to start to dim stuff out. Yeah, it's the moon live. Elephant sideways, two white eyes from left to right. Ooh, okay, I can see that. I can see the eyes. Oh, everybody sees the elephant, but I don't. I really can't see it. I kind of can, I guess. Like a cartoon elephant. Pedibulge. Tidal wave. Hey, pretty bad thing. Pedibulge is really cool. Soil, what are you smoking? What would you consider it to be? We call it silica. Get to now, what? What? Cartoon elephant. Yeah, that's kind of what I see. I can see a cartoon elephant. Where's Mars? Is Mars the only planet with its moons always facing only one side towards Mars at all times? I mean, ours always faces us with one side tidally locked. There's moons that are tidally locked, and there are some moons that ain't. Show the Apollo landing sites. We can see 1, 2, 3 landing sites right now. One near the top. You see the mountain range on like the top right. You'll have one there, and then you got Copernicus crater, which is that impact just to up and left a little bit. And you come down from it, there'll be 12 and 14. Do you do different planets? We do. Yeah, the lights and shadow of the crater is incredible. Yeah, absolutely. Very crisp. You don't know if we went there to know if it's oil? You think we actually got to go there to determine what's on it? That'd be my question in reverse on you. Does the moon spin like the Earth? It does rotate one time as it orbits around Earth, like 27.3 days. You don't believe that it's a part of Earth that broke off? Why not? Geostationary planet? Geostationary moons? Not that I can think of. I don't know anything of a geostationary moon. But that'd be pretty wild. It'd be hard to do, though. Hey, from Sicily. Sorry, I didn't even say it right. Hey, how's it going? Why do we always see the same side of the moon from Earth? Tidally locked. It's tidally locked to us. Is the moon real, though? I mean, we're looking at it. You can go outside and look at it. How would you know if it's soil from a telescope or? Well, we can look at stuff like, for example, lunar meteorites. Lunar meteorites are meteorites that originate from the moon itself. Other things are we can do spectroscopy. The moon's a planet to you? That's kind of funny. You can almost consider it a planet because we orbit what's called a barycenter, which is actually outside of Earth, the planet itself, and we both orbit this barycenter. So it's almost like binary planets in a sense. Mars ain't up. What plan to do next? Tomorrow night I'll probably start with Saturn and Neptune. Sorry, throat started itching. This AI? No, that's a live view. What time? Probably close to about midnight Central Time. You're a mineralogist. Wish I could have a moon rock. Really? Want to see a moon rock? Lunar meteorite? I'll show you one if you want. Your fan debunked NASA easily. Funny. The country that we were racing even confirmed when we went there. People in Australia had to relay the communication. China, Japan, India all took photographs of the things on the moon. And you know what? Actually, a really cool conversation. Do you like Mythbusters? Someone said they wanted a moon rock. They want to see a moon rock. Let me see if I can get my camera. Show you the moon rock I have. Lunar meteorite. Ah, I can get the camera to work. There we go. A lunar meteorite here. Actually really beautiful. Mythbusters are really cool. But there's a episode where they bounce lasers off the retroreflective mirrors on the moon. No, this ain't Mars. This is the moon. So if you're really interested, man, check that out. I think that's a really cool show. Is it true the moon is rusting? We do see rust on the moon. How you know the moon rock is legit? Because I buy it from reputable dealers. How many of those exoplanets have a moon? That's tough. We don't really see the exoplanets themselves. We see the signatures. So there's different things. You got the darkening effect and lightening effect. So when a planet goes in front of its host star, and let's say you see that roughly every 23.2 days, right? And it's continuous. So you're going to say, hey, there's a planet there. Then we can look at other things like the signature of spectroscopy. Is there anything to see there with Venus? Trees. Trees are blocking my view. What's your real opinions on aliens? I think it's very plausible. Very plausible. Oh yeah, I think the mirrors are really interesting. There's 3 from the Apollo missions, and then there was 2 from Russia's Luna missions. Oh, that's super cool, Viper. No way, that's super cool. There's something special about looking through a telescope through the viewfinder. I think you mean eyepiece, I'm not the viewfinder. No digital middleman. This is true. Looking through the eyepiece is very crisp and very beautiful. It truly is. Unfortunately, can't really do that through the internet. Unless you can send me your eyes, then I guess I can attach it to the eyepiece. Yeah, it's pretty tough. I mean, it's kind of fun. I don't know. I can't give you the answers on aliens. As far as science goes, we don't have the evidence yet. Hey, thanks for hanging out with us. Have an amazing day at work tomorrow. Oh, thank you. Another level. Appreciate that. Nah, moon's not hollow. You follow electric plasma universe. I do not. What? What? Can you go and wave at us? Nope. The sideways emo haircut. That's funny. What does the moon need a mirror array? That's how we measured the distance to the moon and be able to detect is there a change in that distance. And now we know that yes, there actually is. It's leaving us at about 1.437 inches per year, which is really small, obviously. On May? Yeah, on it. I may be pretty cool. How would change humanity's view space exploration? I mean, it'd be massive, right? Because obviously we haven't tried to live somewhere else, right? So it'll be a huge learning experience. And I think it'd be an exciting one for many people. Oh, imagine how big it must have looked during the days of the dinosaur. Imagine how many total solar eclipses they got. But we can see live images and live views from above us, bro. Here, let me actually kind of back up a little bit. You seem like you like to have a conversation. Obviously, I won't debate you about the shape of a planet, but at least something to think about. How many hours of sunlight do we get right now per day? If you look close enough, you can see me going for a run. Got it. It'll be a long run. It'll be easy. Like if you weigh 180 pounds here on Earth, you'll weigh like 30 pounds on the moon. About a sixth of your weight. What's the one spot near the top left? Looks like it's a main light. As a young impact crater, it's Aristarchus, if I can say it correctly. Aristarchus. NASA and the globe model. NASA don't have anything to do with the globe model. We knew the globe model. Wow. For a while now, dude. Been quite a while. But I asked you a question, though. I was going to let you answer it. Have you not seen it? I just asked you a question. No, don't hit the firm. I said, how many hours of the sun do you get right now during the day? What's the content of this channel? Astronomy. $14-ish. Okay. Can you observe the sun for 12 hours? I assume you can, right? I'd assume you kind of have, if you think it through. You see it go across from the east to the west, making a path, right? I just asked you a question, you can't even answer it. That shows your logic. You literally see, even in 16-hour days, which are your long days, you see the sun come up, make a straight path across the sky, and then it sets, right? Which means that on a 12-hour day, if it's orbiting around you, doing a 360, you'd see 180 degrees, so it'd come up in the southeast, go north, back to the southwest, but we don't see that. I think that's the first thing I would start with. You didn't prove nothing. Okay, I got you. Of course. Of course. Man, crayon eaters. I tell you. iPod generation is the wildest, for real. If I can move back in the center here. That's why I don't talk to flat earthers. In one ear, out the other. How many would it take to obliterate? the moon. We don't have enough here on Earth. Just won't work. We are looking through a telescope. Live view of the moon. Yeah, nah. Both they all say, nah. 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 Yeah, it's so funny. Yeah, no one actually believes the Earth is flat. They just kind of have to fit in with the group. Ain't that called a cult, though? Ain't that what we consider it? I don't know. Anyways, it don't orbit around our equator. It has its own plane. There's days where, obviously, depends, but some days we hit 16 hours of sun, and then some days we get much less. Depends on the season. The moon is 2D on your screen. Okay. Blurry, bro. Dialed in. Okay. Ah, it's not flat. No way. Yeah, they weren't the first ones to get to space. Pretty crazy. That's cool, though. Is what it is. Only Americans. We'll take that back. I shouldn't say it that way. Yeah. Anyways, beyond all that, let's enjoy the moon. I think flat earthers haven't. Again, let's just move away from it. That's pretty crazy. You guys want to go check out the Orion Nebula again? You guys can see it in the view on the very bottom. On the left of the telescope, you can see Orion coming in. We can swing over there if you want. Do it. Orion. Alright, here we go. 3, 2, 1. We on our way. I changed this over to color again, though. We're still on mono. Get some light as we fly through. Slow down the camera a little bit. I can speed it up a little bit. There we go. Okay, pull it down just a bit. There's going to be where Orionus A, B, C, and D are. Stellar Nursery area. And then let's change the color. Be able to see the amazing views. And a photo. 4 seconds. Should be good enough. We're not at Orion's bell, but we're at the dagger. This is going to be the dagger of Orion. Now let's stack it too. Get a cool view. Align the colors correctly. And stretch the histogram. And here it is. Every time it takes a photo, it's going to stack it on top and give us a little bit more clarity. It just looks really cool. Far out is that life? That's funny. That's super funny. Ain't that crazy beautiful? There's a lot of gas, a lot of dust. Let me give it some more brightness too. Got some of the different details that are a bit harder to see right now. See a lot going on here. Crazy stunning. This is the Great Orion Nebula. No, not astrophysics. Zoom in. I mean, we'll just see brightness if I do that. Ain't much to see if we zoom in. Crazy cool though, huh? Once the moon's not in the night sky, we'll get a really cool view of this. You are looking at the past. Everything you look at is in the past. Every single thing. Alright, let's do this again. Let me speed it up. Let's go to another object here. Really close. And no, it's not going to be the horse head. So hard to do the horse head when the moon's out like this. Alright. Flew over. Just a little bit. If we can take a photo here, let it come down first. Okay. If we can take a photo. Let me plate solve it. Get the center up for it. Looks a lot better when we center up. Heat up the camera first. There we go. Make sure it's settled. Looks calm. Alright, let's take a photo. It's going to be the Flame Nebula, also in Orion. If we can get it to come through. The moonlight makes it tough. That's so funny. You know what I just landed on? That's actually the horse head. This is not what I tried to get to. That's so funny. There's a horse head right there, though. You guys can see it right in the center. It's really, really faint. Really hard to do with the moon. Can y'all see the horse head or no? I'm try to. Well, let's line up the colors first. Maybe it'll be easier. Mustang. I connect the telescope to the live stream through a camera. Dedicated camera. Hey, what's up, Amber? Welcome in from OKC. I'm up in Kansas City. It's actually kind of crazy. We can see the horse head right now. I don't know if y'all can see that. Let me see if I can get my mouse up here and you can see it a little better. We're right about here. It'll be the horse head. What I was trying to do is right next to this. Let me do that real quick. Tools, position, right here. That's where we want to go. My colorblind player can see the horse. Nice. That's awesome. Gotta let the telescope settle real quick. And should be good. We try to put this together. Rear of the horse. And this is gonna be the flame. We'll see the Flame Nebula. What kind of rig are you on? Expensive. Somewhat. It's a C11 and a EQ6R Pro mount. Oh, we're still off. I hit the wrong area. My bad, y'all. Gotta move over just a bit more. Gonna go over here. Could be better. Now let's see what we get. These are 8-second photos that I'm taking here. There it comes. Y'all see the flames up there? I think this is a really cool nebula. Oh, my hair curling with the bunny. What? What happened? Yeah, 8-second photo. Means you leave like the lens on the camera open for 8 seconds. Just captures light. This right now is photo. Yeah, every picture is capturing 8 seconds of light. To kind of put in perspective why. Let me do this. So that's 8 seconds. I'll do like 1 second here. Give it just a second. And there's 1 second. And then let's go to video. And there's video. That's why. Some things are just faint. And so you see it better with longer exposure. Kind of like on your cell phone when you do night exposures, night photos, doing the same thing. All right, let's do it. Let's go check on something real quick. Get this high enough yet. Looks like it's still way behind the trees. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Wee. 5 a.m. 5 a.m. for me. Yeah, hold your camera steady, night exposure. Yep. Here's Jupiter. Jupiter being Jupiter. If we can see some moons here. Looks like they're coming in pretty nice. Before, unless I see a star. Kind of cool, right? Let me try this. Let's zoom in. Zoom in digitally as well. There you go. Ganymede would be this one. Right there. It's the largest moon in our solar system. You got Ganymede, Io, Callisto, and Europa. Let's throw on the other camera so we can see the bands. Looks like you can see the bands a little bit right now. If we can. Kind of can. Looks like at the storm or no? Actually might be. Maybe the great red spot right there. We can stack this though. Let's see if we can do that. If we can see anything. We're probably gonna be all pixelated out. Yep, looks like it. Darn, that's a good try. Assume we'll get some Jupiter views. Get some really cool Jupiter views. Oh man, just threw you guys off my screen. No, not Jupiter. You wouldn't find life on Jupiter. Life as we know it would not be able to survive on Jupiter. Big old gas planet. Not even a surface to walk on. Are you all ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and we. Yeah, you can kind of see the bands. Let me go back to Mono now. We get a lot more frames per second through Mono than we do with 16-bit. Just runs a lot smoother. Back to our moon. How much was this setup? Ooh. Expensive. Pretty expensive. How's the scope anchored? You have concrete pillars. A patent still. Yeah. Concrete. It's in an observatory here. Backyard observatory. I got, let me see if I can kind of show. So this is the control room for the observatory. Which is really nice. Keeps all the bugs out, right? No mosquitoes. But little air conditioning. Ton of telescopes around. Not too many though. Only a few in here, I guess. Everything's computerized, obviously. And then the telescope is right through that door. Or should be like right here. Back behind the setup here. This is our moon. Yeah, it's concrete here. concrete pier, and then comes up to a couple of discs of like all thread bolts so you can level them. I don't have to go outside technically, but I do. Like, I'm out here. It's just a really nice room. Keeps you from being with the mosquitoes. A snow moon? I don't get rid of all mosquitoes. I just seen one actually fly right by my face. Yeah, it's super cool. I looked at Venus yet. It's really hard to get the planet Venus from the observatory. I actually got to take one of the other telescopes outside. Mosquitoes are doing the work. Man. Do we take photos? Sometimes. Hi, Robin. How are you? Craters are really incredible tonight. Got it as a projection? What's that? Oh, the moon? Nah, live view. Any information? That rock was found last year. Some of the papers now come out. We just gotta wait until it gets back, so we can try to get the rock back here. Hey, good morning, Karen. How are you? Oh, no way, a doe and a raccoon? That's crazy. That's really cool. We don't know it's live. Gotta get it back here first. Hear that noise? The air conditioner finally kicking on. I'm running 83 in here. And it must be hotter than 83 degrees in here. I'm burning up though. Find the dot in the middle of many craters. It's called a central peak. What's on the dark side? It's a song. Dark side's only a song. You're getting cricket noise for the videos? No, that's out here. Let me show. Turn off the music. So you hear the air conditioner, and then that's the ambient sides out there. Or the ambient noise. So like if I'm just sitting there with my phone outside, which I used to do a lot, same noise. Sometimes the pond is turned on and we got the waterfall. That's pretty peaceful. So you have a mic on the telescope in the observatory. Sometimes if I'm out there, it's easier to use that microphone to talk. Plus, I enjoy the noise. I truly do enjoy the noise. Hi, Myra. Here there are bases on the dark side for mining. Two things you're wrong on. No bases, no dark side. Far side. We call it the far side. The dark side is where the Dollar General is located. Dude, they're going to put Dollar Generals no matter what side it is. Do you believe in a UFO? I mean, UFOs exist, right? Anything you can't identify is flying. Doesn't have anything to do with astronomy. Right now we're using the C11, 11-inch SMIC screen. You believe the moon is hollow? We know it's not hollow. Sea tranquility would be way up here above my head in the night face, in the area that's not illuminated anymore. Hey, good night. Thanks for coming in, Jackie. Appreciate you. Oh, thank you. Honestly, thank you. It's not hollow. We know it's not hollow. Was a moon artificially placed there? Nope. Nothing suggests that at all. Is a telescope following the moon trajectory? It does. It's not stationary. We can turn off the tracking. I'll show you. Let me bring it over. Here's the tracking of the telescope. This is basically how I control the mount that holds onto the telescope. Like if we move east, obviously, but if we turn it off, then this is going to show the rotation of Earth now. We'll watch it kind of just slide through. It depends, but like, depends on what you want to do. It's kind of a tough question. Fake, cool story. Good morning. Good morning, Samantha. How are you? How's the moon so perfectly located? What would you consider perfectly located? I guess that would be my question. What's your thoughts on the irregularities? 3i Atlas. So we've only known of 3 interstellar objects that we've been able to observe. So any interstellar object is going to be irregular to us in any sense, right? But its signatures give off a comet. For eclipse, for tides. Well, I mean, tide's going to happen. Eclipse, you get all kinds of different eclipses from it, whether it's a total or partial. Eventually, we won't get total solar eclipse or total solar eclipses anymore. Eventually, that'll be a done thing. But we'll go back to tracking the moon here. And now you'll see now the telescope's going to start to rotate with the objects that we're looking for. I'll pull it back over now. Get it back line. PC question from me or I don't know what you mean. You have to try that again. I don't understand. Sorry. Get pulled over just enough. There we go. He appears to knows. Why do you keep asking that question? There's no aliens on Saturn. Saturn would be a wild place for any aliens to be. It's just a big old gas planet. Nothing to walk on. Would you travel to the moon if possible and have a walk? Obviously, the radiation is a problem. I don't want to travel to the moon, but I'd love to be on the moon. Oh yeah, I mean it very well could be, but anything's going to be irregular in a huge sense because obviously it's interstellar. It's gone through a lot of different things that's not common for the objects we find, like in the solar system. That's a little bit more maintained. Yeah, for the telescope, it's about 6,000. Then you got the mount. That adds up. Then you got the camera. That adds up. The focal reducer. The computer systems, the app, the software that runs all this. It adds up. And then you got the observatory. Last clip was amazing. I drove hours to get in the center of the track. No way. My wife was shocked. Which one, dude? The solar eclipse in April last year. We went to Mount Hope, Arkansas. Really beautiful. Your birthmark is a crescent moon. That's crazy, dude. That's really cool. You were thinking 5K? All in with my insurance for everything pushes around 25,000 for everything in the observatory. You have to rest your telescope. No, man, you don't have to do anything like that. It's a cool thing about science is it's not like that, man. Oh, you got to see it in Ohio. Sweet. That's awesome. That's really awesome. Does it actually rain diamonds on Neptune? It's possible we can have diamonds on any of our gas planets. Very possible. Whether it does or not, we don't know. Are you in Arkansas, Michael? Nice. When you show graphics in this image, so then are in PC included. Yeah, it goes through my computer. The camera does. It's not modified though. It just comes into it, just like any other camera, like a webcam basically. Mount Hope. Mount Hope was pretty cool. I like Mount Hope. The vibration is much longer than expected when Dash intensely crashed the lunar module. I mean, it wasn't like it crashed, but there's not a lot going on the moon. Like when we talk about hitting the moon, there's not a lot of like moisture to baffle, right? So like you think about here, like when we have like earthquakes, for example, we got that baffling effect, which also can slow down even the waves from the earthquake. Now we see higher waves in certain areas, like take for example, like South Mexico, for example. On the moon, there's not that much moisture, and it's very vibrant, if you were to say. Is it possible to zoom in enough to where you could theoretically see a person or object on the surface? No. You'll need like a half-mile wide telescope to see something that small on the moon. Angular resolution is something you can look up. So if you look up angular resolution, that basically means how big of an optic you need to be able to see something what size at what distance. Get some really fun sweet nights, guys, to look at. Dude, that's crazy awesome. You should look into something like the S30 or something, so when you pull over, you can just start taking astro photos while you're on the road. I heard the craters on the moon are about the same depth. Is that true? Anywhere from like sand grain to 7 miles. So I don't know. I mean, talking about the moon that's about a quarter the size of our planet, up to 7 miles. I mean, that's almost same depth, I guess. But there's fluctuation. A grain of sand is 7 miles. I mean, significant amounts of radioactive material there, perhaps enough to mine. Not that we care for, but everything has radioactiveness to it, right? That is not your telescope. Damn it! Someone caught me. Damn, shit. Crazy. Outside is my texture kind of weird. I've talked about it. Like I said, I don't. Oh yeah, no, I got you. Absolutely got you. Heather, we're a 10-mile long city right there. Would you be able to see it? Ooh. So the average impact crater on the moon is about 20 miles. I can see stuff about, on a really good night when we don't have a lot of atmospheric turbulence, about 3 to 5 miles. Have you seen For All Mankind? I have not seen it. Did the moon used to have water? Is that true? It still does have a little bit of water. We see ice water, and we also find water inside some of the silica. Are there any weird facts about the moon that don't make sense? Ooh. I mean, it's so well studied at this point. I can't think of anything off the top of my head. I mean, the moon is so well studied that it's insane, like the data. Why haven't we gone back to the moon? Money. But we're going back now. Artemis 3 will land on the moon. Artemis 2 will orbit around the moon. Methane does change into diamonds with heat, and then you get pressure, and so you get methane, heat, like lightning, for example, which we see on a lot of our planets, and then pressure. So it's very possible on the gas planets. The Earth is flat and the moon is in Monroe. Cool story, bro. What's the moon smell like? Astronauts say it smells like gunpowder. It's weird. It don't make sense. Not really. What's that? I must have missed. I don't even know which conversation I was on. Would you be able to see asteroids impacting the moon if you were watching that location? So here's the cool thing. Let's see. What time is it? About 5:18. Let's see if we can do it or not. We're lucky we'll be able to. You see over here on the dark side. See if we can do this. Probably not yet. Nope, not yet. Give it a few more days and we'll get what's called Earthshine. Earthshine is the light that reflects off our atmosphere from the sun, bounces off and hits the moon, and so we see the side of the moon that's not illuminated. That's normally what you'd want to look at when you're looking for impacts. Something where it's not, like, you gotta remember how bright the moon is, so if there's an impact, usually that brightness is much more dim than the brightness of the moon, so you're not seeing it correctly. But if you're looking in the side where the Earth shine is, then you tend to have a much higher brightness, and you see smaller stuff like that. Using Google to look at moon pictures. I mean, you can see the telescope under me. I can go tap it, it wiggles, and I don't know what else to tell you, man. Go, do whatever else you want to do. But cool story, bro. Who studies science? I mean, we all do, technically. We all study science. Could the Earth eventually stabilize without a moon? Yes. I mean, it would. It would eventually stabilize. Oumuamua? Oumuamua. Were you able to observe Oumuamua? Not me. Not personally. I didn't. Yeah, no, Trev. Always. Advanced science, obviously, scientists are going to do the advanced science. That's when you start to get like more into the mathematical equation stuff. But I think we all do science. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what we all do. We all look at something, we've been told something, we tried ourselves, and we're peer reviewing. How the moon formed? Did it break off from Earth? So that's the leading theory that we have. The leading scientific theory that we have is that the impact, the great impact hypothesis, which would have been like an object about the size of Mars, impacted Earth, and then part of our crust would come off, and then we'd have almost what you would see a ring. Similar to like Saturn, for example. And inside that ring, you get iron ball starts to form. It continues to collect dust and dirt. Then it kind of breaks off here. The hypothesis starts to break off a little bit. Was there two moons and one took off? Was there just one moon? So that's still in the Earth, though. But the best evidence we have is, yeah, it formed here. There's a lot of different things that suggest that like 96% of the same isotopics that we find on the moon is what we find here. So it's like really, really close to what we have here. But if something formed here, then you would expect it to be 100% if it formed with us. But that change would represent that something else came in, hit, and that's where we started getting these differences. So there's that one. And then on top of that, we also know that the moon leaves us about 1.437 inches per year. The moon is very pretty. It's a very pretty moon. Thanks, Golsey. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Trev's just one of those kids that just can't handle anything in life. Just gotta give it to him. Can you see anything else other than the moon? Yeah, we see a lot of stuff. Right now we're hanging out the moon, though. It's really hard for me, like, to jump over here, look at the telescope control, start moving the telescope and whatnot. But at the same time, I'm trying to keep up with the conversations, and that's one thing that makes it really tough being in the observatory by yourself. When you got two people, then it's much easier because one person can be moving around and the other person narrating what's happening. So it helps a lot. But being one person here inside the observatory is kind of tough to do. Yeah, that's true. They used to actually have to, like, when we came up in the 1972s, they actually had to pay news stations to broadcast the moon landing. Like, everybody was just done with it already. Been there, done it six times, so. You believe in the Big Bang Theory or Greater Than Being? So even if you want to, like, let's kind of break that down a little bit. The Big Bang Theory itself doesn't have anything to do with God, right? So like, there's nothing in there that says, did God cause a Big Bang Theory? Did God not cause a Big Bang? It's a completely other subject, completely other subject. Because could God create the Big Bang Theory? I mean, you know what I mean. But when we talk about the Big Bang Theory, what we observe is that the universe is expanding, and if you reverse time, then you come back to one single area. Why was the moon not a meteorite? Because it just has two close minerals. It's moving away from us rather than coming in. So when we look at stuff like the moon Phobos, for example, near Mars, it's going to crash in. It's going to actually crash into, and that's what you would expect. If you're going to capture something, especially like an object like an asteroid, it's going to come closer to you unless otherwise influenced. But the moon is so large that it would have definitely crashed into us. why didn't the moon become capable of life as well? You need to have a magnetic field. You got to have a magnetic field, which would allow you to have your atmosphere. The moon just don't have it. That's a very small iron core. Theory. Yeah, no, scientific theories are much different than the normal term theory, right? Scientific theories are very, very, very well tested, and how it starts out, you get the hypothesis, and then you take that hypothesis, you test it, and you got to be within that margin of error, right? And you continuously test it, and someone's always trying to prove you wrong. That's a beautiful thing about science. Yeah, absolutely. Our moon is massive compared to our planet. It really is. What is Sia? What is CY? Are you trying to say Sia? Sia normally is like bye. Yeah, unusual fact. Yeah, our moon's the largest to its parent body in our solar system. Yeah, it's the 5th largest moon that we have in the solar system. I try not to go down and talk about religion. I think it's a great thing to allow anybody to come in here and feel welcome. It shouldn't be about religion or politics. It should just be about what we see, what we observe. Oh, dude, no way, Michael. That's super crazy cool. Love it. Have you seen anything move around on the surface of the moon yet? Never have. It'd have to be really big to be able to see it. You believe in ancient civilization? Like, what do you mean by ancient civilization? Kind of like the history version of, like, history TV? No, not at all. You study space or just watch? Right now we're just watching. That was in the late 70s. Ah, I got you, dude. I wasn't even around during that time. But that would have been really cool. I'm sure that was amazing. Oh, you know their AI are fake. They're not real. I can tell you they're not real. To see something that small on the moon from Earth? Nope. Have you seen Optimus Prime looking for an Energon? Nope. Should though. We should look for him. I don't know where he's going. He disappeared or something. Haven't seen him in a while. You think our imagination about space ever going to be a reality? What exactly do you mean? Not too sure. Our imagination about space ever going to be a reality? I'm not too sure what you mean. Have you observed an eclipse through the system? Yeah, of course. The national base on the dark side? There's no dark side of the moon. There's no base on the moon either. But there's no dark side of the moon. The air force we could produce strong enough to shift the moon off its orbit. Yeah, I mean, technically, yeah. Technically you could, but we would need a lot. Have you seen a blood moon before? Yeah. The zoom factor right now, oof, probably 120, 130x, somewhere around there. I work for NASA. I do not. There's a parallel. A theory is better than Q&A for any item ever produced. Yeah, scientific theory is completely different than the term theory itself. Scientific theories take, it takes a really high level to get to a scientific theory. It takes a lot of testing, rigorous testing. You see the recent release video of the military shooting a missile out of UFO? I have not. I ain't seen that video. There's a lot of AI online now. What's the most memorable observation? Always total solar eclipses. 2017, last year's like, oh man, total solar eclipses to me get me every time. Zoom on 3, I can't. It's below the horizon. Sometime near like the end of October though, we'll start to get to view it. Let me throw myself off so you guys can see the moon a little better. sure you guys want to see the moon more than you want to see me. Does the International Space Station ever float through your view? It does. I mean, it's really hard to capture unless you're chasing it because it's such a small object in the sky. Why's your room pink? It's red. It's actually red. Let me kind of make more sense of that, I guess. It looks pink in this camera, but it's actually red. I don't know how hard it is to get to make. It's red. And the reason is, like, when I walk out into the observatory, even though these monitors don't help me right now, but usually the monitors are really dark. You got like a much darker view to control everything. And then when you walk out the observatory, your lights are a little bit easier to look up and see the faint objects above you. Wait, my Hellfire missile. Ah, that's funny. Other tracks of India's moonshot. Yeah. It didn't go great, right? But you can look up a lunar reconnaissance orbiter and see cool photos like that. What about Oumuamua? What about it? The Barbie pink on camera. Yeah, I noticed that too. Even the moon view and stuff, like it comes in really weird colors. I'm not too sure why. Streamlabs just does something weird with colors. Why doesn't the moon fall? Due to the Earth's gravitational pull. What do you mean by fall? What is fall? Like, what's up and down? What's right and left in space? No, he didn't spell it right. Oumuamua. Can you look at anything else other than the moon? Yeah, we can go do a nebula real quick if you want. We'll go check out a nebula. Let's see a stellar nursery where new stars are forming. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Wee! On our way. Change over to color too, so we can see it a little better. And then we need more light. And then we need a ton more light apparently. I don't have enough. There it comes in. See if we can center it up a little better. Let it calm down a second. So exposure means how long do you leave the lens of your camera open. So like this is 4 frames per second. Especially if you play games, you probably know kind of what I'm talking about in frames per second. This is like 8 frames per second, 15 frames per second, 30 frames per second, and so on. But what we'll do is we'll do 1 frame every 4 seconds, or a 4-second photo. We'll leave the lens open for 4 seconds. And we start to see the Great Orion Nebula here. And then we can stack them, which means you're putting all that light on top of each other, and you just start to get really cool views. We can actually align the colors correctly, the RGB, stretch it, and then we start to get these really cool views. This is the Great Orion Nebula. This is a stellar nursery. There's actually 2 different areas here, which are stellar nurseries. The 2 areas, the one's going to be on the top left. You can see that little bit of brightness there in the gas, where it almost looks like it's folding over. But then right there, where you see that massive bright area, there are hundreds of thousands of stars in there. But it's an area where new stars are being born. Does your understanding of space and overacting things so close make you ponder on the spiritual side? Not really. I mean, I honestly have my beliefs. I think everybody has the right to have beliefs, obviously. Even if you look up, take a look up sometime. Look up even how many people in NASA have a religion. It's a very interesting fact. Yeah, this is my telescope here. It's super cool, ain't it? Again, this is the Great Orion Nebula. Very beautiful area. Let me see if I can pull in some more light too. We can see a little bit more what's going on here. All the different gases and dust. In astronomy, we only know of 2 gases, right? So we got hydrogen and helium, and then the rest of it we consider to be metals. I've seen this since spring. Yeah, it's been a while now, hasn't it? Definitely been a while, Karen. We're back to it though. We're back to Orion, which means it's going to get cold soon. A bit closer to what you would look like if you were actually in position. Yeah, this is a one-shot camera, just like your cell phone. So we're capturing the color as it is. There's a little bit more blue tint that we would normally see, but with the moon, we're picking up a lot more green. Oh, there's so many stars in there. In that center area is hundreds of thousands of stars. So much going on. It's really hard to put in perspective. Let me pull the light out. We'll go slow and you can start to see just how illuminated that is in there. How crazy cool is that? Almost looks like a lantern. Crazy cool. What size telescope? This one right now is an 11-inch. We got 16 different telescopes, so it depends on what we're doing, but usually the 11-inch kind of my go-to. All right. Pretty cool, though. Here you can see a little bit more of that blue coming through. Can you see Saturn's behind trees now? What's the red stuff? Hydrogen. Mostly hydrogen. Let's see if we can do this, too. While we're out here. Might as well, huh? There we go. 3, 2, 1. Whee! Our way. We're going to make streaks across the sky. Since the telescope's moving, we're leaving the eye open on the camera. Get these kind of weird streaks. Till you get to this position here. Watch this. Let it kind of settle for a second. Alright, I'm going to speed it up. Let's go into RAW. It's right behind a tree right now, though. You'll see it's kind of like fading in and out. No, can't do it yet. I was going to try to show you the Galilean, the 4 Galilean moons around Jupiter, but this is Jupiter here that we're looking at. And then, let's go to... Everybody wants to see Betelgeuse, so let's go over to Betelgeuse real quick. Betelgeuse, 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 Betelgeuse. Andromeda Galaxy? Yeah, we can. We can. It's just on the other side of the sky right now. Here's Betelgeuse right here. A lot of people talk about Betelgeuse, a star that's going to go supernova eventually. Could happen any day. But here is Betelgeuse right there. You don't know the powers you're playing with. Don't say it 3 times right. So the correct way to saying Betelgeuse is Betelgeuse, obviously. It's like Uranus is Uranus. Alright, we're going to zoom in just a bit here. We can check out Betelgeuse. Find my mouse. There we go. Move over just a bit. Look how massive it is compared to the other stars in the view. Look how crazy cool that is. Alright, let's pull it down a little bit light though. Get a little better. That's a beautiful star. It really is. He told me as a kid, yeah. We just don't know when, but it could happen any day. It's there. It's getting close. It's getting close. We talk about the universe itself. Getting close means it can be in the next thousands of years, obviously, but it's getting close. Yeah, this would be off to the east, not west. Off to the east for me. I love the FSC. That's crazy cool. Crazy that some galaxy light has taken billions of years. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. See what else we got here real quick. Aha, I found a cool object. You guys ready? Go to this object. Zoom out first. Super beautiful object. Agree or don't agree? Either way, it's all good. But it'll be cool. You'll enjoy it. Zoom back in. There we go. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, and away. I turned down a little bit of brightness. There it is. Found it. By far the best view. My throat's starting to itch a little bit. So far I got almost 6 hours of live in tonight, y'all. A long night. Well, if it's a red orb, then it'd be a red orb. Ain't flying straight at us. This is on my personal property here. Everything's on my personal property. What is that? Before that was Betelgeuse. Where's Nibiru or planet X? We just don't know. We haven't found it. It may not exist. Good to hear about an hour ago. Great channel. Hey, dude, I appreciate that, Sam. Thank you so much. Thanks for the kind words, dude. Appreciate that. Look at Orion, by the way, y'all. Can you see that in the camera on the bottom? Yeah, constellation Orion. This is why I think Orion's one of the most beautiful constellations. It's right there. That shows exactly why. We'll be close enough to be observed through telescope and outside. I'll be able to observe it through the observatory here as well. Next, at the end of October, we'll be able to capture it. Are you able to see any of the moonwalks or rover? Not with my equipment. You'd have to have something really, really massive to be able to do it. But if you want to, look up photos from like India, Russia, Japan, China, which takes photos of those type of stuff. Also, you can look up Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter, which is an orbiter or like a satellite. Basically, it goes around the moon and takes high definition photographs. Do you think anyone is looking at Earth with a telescope? I don't know, man. I can't say yes or no. I don't know. Does it really pose any threat to us? No, not at all. How much is this telescope? This telescope here is about 6,000, the one that we're looking through right now. Is it the amount of light that makes it difficult to find things close by, or just the sheer size and distance? It's not hard to find things close by. It's kind of a tough one, right? It's not hard to find things close by. Obviously, it makes it easier. But I'm not too sure if you meant that in the reverse, right? Is it harder to find something further away? And the answer to that is yeah, absolutely. What's a galaxy? A galaxy is a collection, basically, of dust and stars and planets and moons and stuff like that. Or for light contamination, yeah. I wonder what the dark side of the moon, what the dark looks like on moon. That we can't see. You mean the far side of the moon? Far side of the moon. It also receives sunlight, so it's not the dark side of the moon. But the far side is much more crazy looking. It's very well impacted. A lot more impacts on the far side than what we see here on this side. Look up Luna 3. That's the first one to ever take photographs on the far side of the moon that came from the USSR. Then you can also, again, look up the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter. Is this the most you can zoom into the moon? No, we can definitely do a lot of zooming. Any cool side stories or little known facts about SETI array at Ohio State University? I don't know too much about that one. I'm not very familiar with SETI over there. But it would be cool. Oh, it would be an interesting trip. And here's kind of my joke. I'm going to have to do it. You'll probably not enjoy this as much as me, but I always say, what is Ohio? Where is Ohio? Ohio's fake. We know it's fake. And when people speak of aliens, we just say, oh, the only place you'll find aliens is Ohio. Is it fun to know that we are traveling through the universe on this giant blue spaceship? It's pretty funny. It's comical. A radio array, long defunct. Oh, okay, I got you. Radio astronomy would be a lot of fun. Honestly, it'd be a lot of fun. How come we don't see asteroids hitting the moon? I mean, how big do you want the asteroid to be to hit the moon? It'd have to be really big to hit the moon for us to see it. On average, about once every 10,000 years is how often the moon gets hit by a large object. Yeah, we have seen asteroids hit the moon. Look up Japanese astronomer captures impact on moon. I think it's 2021 or 2023. That was a valid video. How big is the moon? About a quarter of the size of our planet, or roughly about like the USA. Replicate the surface temps on Earth via radio waves. Replicating surface temps on Earth via radio waves. What? Man, you got me to read that long story. Almost had to take a nap after that one. Replicating surface temps on Earth via radio waves. Jeez. Yeah, she's tiny. I mean, but she's huge at the same time. Compared to the body that it orbits, Earth being that body, obviously, it's massive. You heard that there are, on the dark side, there's no dark side of the moon, far side of the moon. I think this is how you actually know, too, that's not true, because in science, we don't call it the dark side of the moon, because even the far side of the moon also receives sunlight. All times, 50% of the moon's illuminated. Whether it's the front, the back, the sides, so on. Does the moon not rotate? It does rotate. It rotates on its axis every 27.3 days. Just as long as it takes to orbit around Earth. So it's a synchronization rotation because it's tightly locked to us. I mean, technically, yeah, you see the dark side right now, the night phase. But it's not a dark side. It's a dark side in that moment. But I know the reference, obviously. Dark side's from a song. Why would I search for that? Why? Why am I searching for that? Oh, regarding radio telemetry. Look it up real quick. I don't know anything about this one. See if I can put it in my mindset here. Never been nominated for one. There you go. Never been nominated, so therefore you cannot lose one. You're welcome. But I get you there. But we see the backside. Yeah, we don't see the backside from here on Earth, but we take photographs of the far side. I appreciate it, man. Have a good night. I appreciate everything. You zoom any closer? Yeah, we can. Absolutely. Put in the area of interest to zoom into. Maybe in there first. Zoom in on the computer. Whatever comes up. Oh my goodness, it's going to be bright, ain't it? Gotta dim it down a little bit too. Let's see. Dim down. There we go. Then we can walk around the middle a little bit here. Brightness though. I got some of the impact critters. There we go. There's the cat on the moon. You guys can see it's upside down right now. Let's see if I can flip it. Let's see if we can. Flip. Yes, both. There we go. Now we can make out the cat on the moon. That's actually the proper orientation of what you should see the moon as. The way the telescope works, if it actually flips it and reverses it. So it's kind of both directions. But here's the cat on the moon. If I find my mouse again. Here's going to be the head on the head on the cat. You see the ear, another ear. Eyes, the nose, the neck coming down, body, you see its feet out here, a little tail coming up. That's a cat on the moon. Then of course if you go this way you got the witch on the moon. Right about there. So you can see her head, right about here, her hat, her torso, eyeballs, mouth. Some people say they see like a broom over here, her holding a broom. There's kind of different things to see on the moon. Kind of sneak over here a little bit, go down a little bit, and see Tycho crater right here in the center. Tycho crater is about 108 million years old, 63 miles wide, and about 2.5 miles deep. That'd be the one right here. It's named after Tycho Brahe, which was a Danish astronomer. Really beautiful impact crater. Is there a rabbit? Yeah, people see rabbit on the moon. You see the flag we planted? Nah, man, you'd have to zoom in like crazy. Like, think about that though. This is 63 miles wide. Dude, that's like a big city. Imagine trying to see like a 3 foot by 5 foot flag in there. But look up India, Japan, Russia, China's photos of them, or the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter. What camera do you have with the scope? This one right now is the SV405cc. SV405cc from SV Bunny. Just mind scale, yeah. Everything in the moon. Yeah, so true. Yeah, the average impact crater on the moon is about 20 miles wide. So, kind of puts things in perspective, you know. Look at some of the mountain ranges right here. This is going to be where Mount Huygens is. I can get up here real quick. This is the tallest mountain peak on the moon. About 18,000 feet. And of course up here we'll have the Mount Alpines coming up right here. You'll see also the valley. Alpine Valley up here. On my mouse. So this is the Sea of Showers. Got Plato Crater. The Alpine Valley is right here. Alpine Mountains, and you got the Sea of Cold right. This dark mass. This is ancient solidified lava. You can zoom all the way in. If we do at this point, it's just going to get pixelated. There's not much more to see. It's going to get all pixelated in our view. We got to throw in a different camera to get more zoom. Have you ever seen anything flying across the surface? No, it'd have to be massive, dude. It'd have to be... It'd have to be massive, like 10 miles, 15 miles at this type of view. It'd have to be massive and very reflective. When is it a new moon? What do you see? Scope. We'll go for obviously planets, but galaxy, nebulae, stellar clusters, star clusters, stellar nursery, stuff like that. Yeah, ancient lava beds. You know if ZWO30 is a legit camera for that. So ZWO30 is a automated telescope. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's just kind of like a setup and go to. Like for example, I got the dwarf product, which is similar to it. I got a few other products. Man, I can't even think of them all. But it's not bad. The crazy thing is with it though, like you're not going to get this kind of zoom, but you get those really wide field of views. So stuff like Andromeda Galaxy is really beautiful. The Orion Nebula is really beautiful. Stuff like that. The moon is active. No, it's not active. So like when we talk about the lava, it's because of massive impacts that hit the moon. And then lava flowed up out of it as it kind of like peeled the crust open. Yeah, moon's about the size of like USA or like Australia. Any other planets you can show? Right now it'd be, let's see, Uranus is now on the opposite side, so Jupiter right now and the moon are the two major objects that we can look at. Why don't NASA put a rover on the moon? We did. We had a rover on the moon. Other countries are now doing it. Now we're trying to put man back on the moon. Get to Mars. That's the plan now. Are there any volcanoes on the moon? In that sense of volcanoes, it's just like a lava flow. It's not like massive volcanoes that erupt like what we think of when we think of volcanoes here, right? But there's like old ancient lava tubes. There's solidified lava or bosnic lava. Whether there's any more lava inside near the core, we don't know. We don't have the answer to that yet. Yep, Artemis coming up. See if we can come back over here a little bit and go towards like Tycho again. What we were looking at just a bit ago. If I can get myself oriented here. There's Tycho. This is going to be Tycho crater right here. That's 63-mile wide crater. Could you show me a planet? Yeah, we'll look at Jupiter in a minute. Hey, thanks, William. I appreciate that, bud. Hopefully I got everything up there. Could the moon ever be terraformed? No. Not in the sense of like terraformed as in like trying to make it just habitable on its own. So we just said like the lava tubes. The lava tubes would be a very good location to try to set up a base. There's no reason for it to, Trev. No reason for it to ever do anything like that. Want some 8K videos from the moon of our planet? Dude, that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, looking back and getting it. Yeah, it'd be really cool. Yeah, it's just how beautiful our moon is. It's a stunning moon. We have a really beautiful moon. Where's a flag? There's 6 flags that were left by man, but there's a ton of flags on the moon because of other stuff, right? Like whether it's the rovers, landers, different missions like that, but there's quite a bit. With us zoomed in like this, it's going to be kind of hard to navigate. Let me see if I can do it. If we can find Copernicus real quick. Copernicus should be over here, I think. Copernicus, where are you? Should be just under here, actually. Oh, here. Man, I'm missing it. Not right there. Okay, so here's Copernicus crater. And then come down just a bit here. Over in this area right here. See them two impact craters here. Just underneath these is where 12 and 14 landed. Then you got 15 and 17 would be further up over towards the Sea of Trinity. Thanks, Reese. Appreciate that. Yeah, the S30 would be pretty cool for certain things. It just, there's so much with it. Does she want to also do visuals where she looks at planets? Because like the S30 won't do planets, but it'll do a lot of deep space stuff. It can do the sun. It does come with like solar filters, so white light filters. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, absolutely, David. No problem. Am I showing any other planets? We'll go to Jupiter. We can go to Jupiter. Let me back out. Zoom all the way back out here. Hope to see the asteroid impact live. That'd be pretty fun, wouldn't it? Can someone buy the moon? No, you can't buy anything in space at all. Bearded Viking, what's up, dude? How's it going, man? See if I can zoom in again. Get our full view here. Here we go. And then we'll swing over to Jupiter. If I can find my mouse again. Where is my mouse? It's on your guys' screen, ain't it? Oh my goodness, where's my mouse? There it is. Alright, let's pull the moon back up. Oh, dude, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you, bro. We're going to be jumping over to Jupiter here in just a second. Then we'll probably look at the Great Orion Nebula one more time. You can see it in the view on the bottom right next to the telescope. But there's the moon. And it's kind of entirety right now. What it looks like right now. Alright, let's do it. Let's go to Jupiter. Let me hit the moon real quick. I'm going to sink us to it. And then Jupiter. Right here above the... It's getting right above the trees. Still maybe in the trees. We'll find out. Here we go. If we can get enough light as well. Try to get us quite a bit of light as we kind of swing through here. You'll see some of the stars just make little streaks. There we go. I see Jupiter coming through. I can start to see the moons really well. It's going to be the 4 Galilean moons, so let me speed up the camera again. We're going to zoom into this. A little better view. Actually, let me center it up first. Make it easier to see. It's going to be Ganymede, Io, Callisto, and Europa, the 4 Galilean moons that we're seeing with Jupiter here. We can zoom in. Zoomy again. There we go. This one here is Ganymede. I can tell just by looking real fast. There'd be Ganymede. That's the largest moon in our solar system. Crazy cool, ain't it? Getting to see like that. If we threw in the other camera, we'd have a really good view of Jupiter. Actually make out the bands a lot more than what we'll probably see here. Let's see if we can get a little bit. You can make out the bands a little bit. There's the bands on Jupiter there. You guys see it okay or no? Is that maximum? Oh no, oh no. We'd have to throw in a different camera. Yeah, there's Jupiter. That all? Oh no, Jupiter has a ton of moons. 96 moons. A lot of moons. It's just the 4 moons that we can visibly see from here on Earth. They're massive. These moons are really big. 3 out of the 4 are larger than our C11. This is C11 on an EQ6R Pro mount. I'll move it up a little better for us. There we go. Yeah, 96. But Saturn has 274, so makes it feel like kind of a weak one, right? Jupiter's massive compared to Earth. We can put about 1,300 of our planets inside Jupiter. It's massive. Yeah, it's massive. Oh man, Galileo's seen what we've seen nowadays. He'd be so mad at us. He'd be raging. It'd be all bad. Here, let me bring in the moons again. Gotta check them out. Gotta zoom out a little bit more too. This one has to be Callisto. Callisto is way out there. It orbits almost 1 million miles away from its planet, Jupiter, obviously. You see the gases on Jupiter move. You can. If we had the other camera in, like, it's not like you're going to see it like super fast because Jupiter's super massive, but you watch it like over the course of like 30 minutes, you see a massive change. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I appreciate the sub. I do appreciate that. Three eye, not up where we can see it. Probably be like the end of October before we can get to it. C11 telescope, 11-inch Schmidt-Cassegrain screen. No, none of the moons are bigger than Earth. I was saying bigger than our moon. Oh, it does 45x. Ah, I got you. Yeah. You'll be able to see this though, right about here. Get a good eyepiece, and you'll be able to see the moon similar to what we're seeing currently. Galileo was a boss, dude. 100% true. I wouldn't take that away. He'd be jealous to know what we're doing nowadays, though. You're gonna sit inside an observatory and actually do this, man. He'd be crazy. Do we have only one? We got 1 moon and 7 quasi-moons. So technically, we got 8 moons. 1 permanent moon, and then the quasi-moons are temporary moons, captured asteroids. Has Hubble discovered anything we don't already understand? Ooh. Hubble capture anything that we don't understand? Are you talking about the space telescope or a scientist? Which one? Try to look at Saturn. Yeah, I could see it. That's a tiny dot. Yeah, that makes sense. No, I would use SharpCap. I use SharpCap, not Firecapture. Do the moons of Jupiter orbit fast enough that we could do a time lapse? Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, thanks. I appreciate the sub. Honestly, thank you so much. I appreciate that. What's effective magnification of C11? Oh, yeah, on a really, really, really good night, you can get about 600 if you got everything calibrated really good. And that's like perfect night, right? But usually somewhere around like 450, you're pushing the boundaries with the atmosphere. Try live stacking to see some. Yeah, we can do it. We can do that. Gotta zoom back in though. Actually, we don't have to zoom in too. Let's see if it'll let us. The atmosphere's been a little bit turbulent. We'll see if it'll let us. I get RGB blown out. We'll see though. We'll see what it does. Let me try to fix the color. Yeah, it's going to get bounced around a little bit. Live stacking, what we're doing right now is every frame's getting put on top of each other. So you see the red, blue, and green channels, but it's going to be stacking all these frames and doing the deep. Kind of get like a better view as it continues to stack. I appreciate it, Michael. Honestly, thank you. Watching live on TV, the Lunar Letter. Oh, dude, that is amazing. Got to see it live. That's super cool. That is super awesome. Yeah, that's basically Jupiter right now. If we threw in the other camera, though, it'd look really cool, but it takes a little bit of time to do it. Get it all focused and everything. We'll get there to Jupiter streams, probably in about, roughly in about, I should say, in about a month. And then we'll be doing a lot more Jupiter where we're actually zoomed in. Hey, thanks, Robert. Appreciate that. I can't do super chats yet, Trev. I'm new to YouTube, man. Still new to YouTube. Still on the growing phase. There it is. That's what Jupiter looks like. Let's see. Let's zoom back out real quick. We're going to do a nebula. So let's go back to the Great Orion again. Zoom out just enough here. We'll zoom back in and get a better view of what we're doing. And then Great Orion Nebula. 3, 2, 1, and we get a little bit more light as we swing over. If we get some star trails going through. And there's the Great Orion Nebula. You start to see some of the nebulosity here. Saturn's behind trees already for me. Sorry, back behind trees. We can pull it down and up just a bit. Even pull it over here. See if we can do this. There we go. We'll stabilize it and then we'll stack it again. Get some focus. It's going to be Orionis A, B, C that we see right here. The 4 visible stars inside that stellar nursery. So crazy. We'll leave the lens open on the camera for 15 seconds just so we capture a lot of data. Yeah, Orion Nebula is amazing. Super, super beautiful. It'll come through in roughly 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, and here's our photo. Super bright. So let me get it to calm down a little bit though. Check the colors, pull it in. Ooh, man, them colors did not correct at all. Ooh, adjust. Yeah, I kind of messed up on the colors. Funny. Well, that's what happens when the colors get all wild. You get something that looks... Oh, you know why? It's because it's almost daylight out. You guys see the sun coming up in the view on the bottom? Oh, that's why. See if I can align it correctly. Just manually do it. It'll be kind of tough to do though. Yep, sun's coming out though, y'all. There's a great Orion Nebula as the sun comes up. Yeah, we'll probably have to do. I didn't even think about it being this early. It's already 6:05. There we go. It'll look a little better anyways. Jupiter is per... Will we fly out of the orbit? No, we wouldn't. Sun has our influence. Seven Sisters. Seven Sisters is pretty cool. I appreciate you, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Here it comes. Let's see if I can correct the coloring now. Maybe it will. Yeah, close enough. It's a little off. But this is a stellar nursery. This is where new stars are being born. Or they are forming. Go to bed watching Saturn with your... Oh, no way, did you really? Yeah, I appreciate you coming back, man. Yeah, this is massive, massive. This is really large. Yeah, it's really beautiful up there. Do you appreciate us viewers not subscribing? What do you mean? I hope you do subscribe so at least you can get notified when we go live. You can jump in and check out the things that we do. And always feel free to ask questions, learn a little bit. It makes it a lot of fun. I think it's a lot of fun anyways. Alright, let's speed up the camera again. There it is. The Great Orion Nebula. We were really lucky we'd be able to see Venus through the trees, but I doubt it. I highly doubt we'll be able to see. I'm going to take a risky chance at it, I guess, but I know we won't see it. I'm going to try. Kansas City. I'm over near Kansas City. Nothing's new, dude. I appreciate it, bud. Subs is hugs. Dude, I love that statement. That's beautiful. Alright, let's see. Let's see if we can get it. Oh, we got Venus. Here comes Venus. If we can get it properly here, though. Alright, let's zoom in a little bit. Venus is pretty tough to do. I'll show you guys why. Venus has a massive, massive carbon dioxide atmosphere, and it's very reflective. But if we do a good job here, let's see if we can. Behind trees, so it's going to be kind of hard to see it. But what you'll notice is it doesn't look round. It looks a little wild. This is because it has planetary phases that we see from Earth, which makes it look a lot like our sun, which is really cool. Almost, or sorry, not the sun, but the moon. Almost looks like the moon. Pretty cool, ain't it? C11 tonight. We're using the C11. Oh, you're in the Cali Desert? Nice, man. That's super awesome. Right now it's 6:08 a.m. Yep, basically what Venus looks like. It's super bright though. Oh, I'm taking photos. I didn't mean to take photos of it. There we go. I'm just going to give it some brightness so you guys see just how crazy this looks. Venus is insanely bright. Insanely bright. And then if you jump from here, I'll leave the same brightness on. We'll see if we can hit Jupiter right in the center. Bring up the Jupiter here. See if we get it right in the center. May have to look around a little bit, see if I can find it. Oh, yep, right there. So here's Jupiter in comparison to what Venus looks like through the telescope. Hey, good morning, Sonora. How are you doing? Sun at night. It'll be coming up really fast, so sun is going to be on its way up real quick. And there's the bands that make her dance on Jupiter. See if we can zoom in a little bit more here. It'll be a little pixelated, but gotta take it for what it is right now, without changing out the cameras, so we get more zoom. See if I can do a little bit more focus on it too. Make it out a little better. Let me go up by 20. Yeah, that's probably roughly about as good as we're going to get it with this view right now. That's probably why Jupiter ends up being my favorite planet, just how gorgeous it is. It truly is a beautiful thing. I ran outside to watch the ISS pass over last night. Oh, no way. That's super cool. That's super awesome. Is it possible to see Mercury? Right now at nighttime. Like right after the sun sets. There's always like a 30-minute window though. Like that's about the maximum you get with Mercury. You get like a 30-minute window to view it. Just because of how close it is in perspective of the sun. Being so close to the sun. Yeah, it goes by really fast. The ISS is really moving when it goes by. Really crazy. The results come out different. We're in area 0. I got very little light pollution, but the problem now is obviously going to be sun. The sun's going to. Let's see if we can stack. See if stacking will actually work. Oh yeah, we're going to get a view. Hopefully the channels line up a little better than that. That's usually when you have like a bad atmosphere, you start to see this. Let's do this actually. I got an idea. Let's go into mono. That might be a good idea. Turn that off. Let me go to mono instead of color. Here, mono. Let's see what that'll do. See if it'll kind of capture a little bit more of the details for us. You can see what the stacking does. It really kind of clears up our view. Correct a lot of these settings. Make out some of the bands, some of the gases going around it. Oh, ain't that cool? Look how beautiful that is. That's a lot of gas. Does the moon Europa have water? It does. It has a massive ocean. Oh, wrong one. Gotta hit the right keyboard here. It'll be a little pixelated, but you'll get the kind of the concept of what Jupiter is looking like right now. Pretty cool. I think it looks stunning for what it is. We're not actually running the right camera. Yeah, it's gorgeous. Jupiter is really gorgeous. Jupiter is all gas. Yep, all gas. Mostly hydrogen. Mostly going to be hydrogen. Let's see if I can sharpen it up a little bit. Make out the details just a bit more. Don't look kind of funny, but that's kind of how you get a little bit of the details to pop when you want to kind of see what's going on it. Crazy cool though, ain't it? Alright, and then back to the live view and you'll see kind of what it looks like live right there. Crazy cool. Let me zoom back out. We'll look at the moons around Jupiter. Get the 4 Galilean moons. Zoom in just a bit. There we go. And then get a lot of light. Because we need light. And we can see the moons out there right next to Jupiter. See some stars as well if you guys want stars. Add some stars and the moon. Crazy cool. Really beautiful. Getting stored is crazy. Yeah, it's coming to an end though. Eventually it'll end. How thick is the gas? It just depends. Like the atmosphere is a little bit thinner than like when you go inwards. Okay, you can see the moons right here. 4 Galilean moons. So 4 out of the 96 moons. 97, sorry. 97 on Jupiter. Moon mountains? Yeah, we'll go to the moon here in just a second. Capture Starlink, man, that's tough to do. They move so fast. Yeah, I agree, man. These are beautiful stars here. Alright, let's see if we can do this. Oh, we gotta go the other side of the observatory again. No! Of course we will. So the telescope's gonna go the other opposite side here. It's gonna be kind of noisy as it's flying around, but here we go. 3, 2, 1, whee! Our sky we go. Let me slow the camera down. Well, we'll just let it run. We watch stars fly through as we move. See the daylight? And look at the airplane right there. Oh, we just missed an airplane too. Where's that going? If we could track that quick enough, then I could hit it. I'm not too sure. Let's see if I can actually get that airplane. I highly doubt it, but I'm going to try for it. It'd be kind of funny. Go back, go back. Where's that airplane going? See Rigel. I think it's going to be a... Oh, I'm not going to catch it. I'm not going to catch it. I'm not going to catch it. There ain't no way. It's going to be out of our view there real quick. No! Okay. My bad. Scroll moment. I'm back to the moon. I wasn't going to catch that. I was moving. Did I catch the blood moon? I did not. It didn't happen here in the USA. Sometimes you got to get a little wild, right? Ultimate plane spotting channel. You go with 11-inch telescope looking for a plane. We capture like the plane going through the view, like in front of the moon and stuff, and that's one of my favorite views for sure. Like when the plane flies between us and the moon, you get to capture that on the video. I think that's really cool. Oh, dude, I probably could turn... Oh, crap. We're going to have a lot of light coming in here. Sorry about that, y'all. Yeah, you've seen how fast the telescope was turning. It had a lot to do to get there. Oh, too dumb. Where'd you go? Come here, moon. If I go the right way here. Yep, we're going the right way. Begin a little bit brighter. About some of that brightness before we get there. There it is. A little bit dimmer. There we go. We'll get our moon. Now it's going to be upside down because the telescope's on the opposite side of the pier. So we can fix that by removing it. Now it's back to how it should look. And there we are. You want to see the sun? The sun's pretty cool to see. It obviously ain't up to where we can see it though. What if you set up a deal on Jupiter and would it blow up the whole thing? No, man. I don't know why you keep going down that. Like, it would take a lot of force to do anything. To put it in like really wild perspective, obviously it'd be hard to do anything to our planet, but you can put 1,300 of our planets inside something like Jupiter. 1.3 million inside the sun. Oh, pretty crazy. Put some mountains on the moon. Oh yeah, my bad, dude. You asked that earlier, didn't you? Zoom again, zoom in again. Zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out. All right, here we go. There's some mountains on the moon. Here's the actual, this is the highest mountain on the moon. This is Mount Huygens. About 18,000 feet. I gotta find my mouse again. I see it on your guys' screen, but I can't see it. There it is. All right, slow down the telescope because it won't move too fast. These are beautiful mountains. This is a really gorgeous mountain range on the moon. Wish we could get a good look at Pluto's moon. Oh yeah, absolutely. Chevron? Which one? That's 5 moons. Moon mountains. Yep. I'm on the moon. It won't do nothing. It won't do as much as you think it would. The moon's massive too. How many mountains are on the moon? Oh, so many. The moon has a lot of mountains. Ton of mountain ranges. And glide off of that peak. Want to drive a golf ball over those mountains? That'd be pretty fun. You would hit pretty far. Roughly about 6 times the distance than you do here. Yeah, Apollo 15's right here. Right about where Huygens is. Apollo 15's there. 17 would be... Ooh, go the right way. 17 would be right... kind of like in the center. We can't see it right now, obviously. And then down here is going to be the Sea of Tranquility, which would be 11. Then just to the left a little bit and down would be 16. And 12 and 14 would be over here. Got to get there first. Oh, go the right way. Right about here in the center would be 12 and 14. Already littering on the moon. Yeah, there's too much human trash already on the moon. Have you got a high resolution telescope or lens that you can use for your next stream? I mean, this is pretty high resolution right here. This is this camera is let me get it real quick. 4,000 by 2,800 resolution. Yeah, 18,000 feet. Insane. Really insane. You guys want to check out here? I have been live almost 7 hours now tonight. You guys want to stack this area? This is going to be Tycho Crater. This is 63 miles wide right here. This little guy in the center, 63 miles wide, 2.5 miles deep, roughly 108 million years old. We're going to stack it. Let's see what kind of definition we get here. About 100 images already. Let me clean up our view a little bit. 200 images. 300 images, and so on. That's how you get like really high definition photos of the moon. Like, put in perspective. Let me zoom in a little bit more. Of course, we could throw on the other camera and then get a lot more, but you can start to see quite a bit more detail here. And of course, I lost my mouse again. There it is. How much does this telescope cost? The telescope itself, the OTA, is about 6,000 or so. If you had to pick a planet you had to live on, other than Earth, which one would it be? Mercury. A used car, yeah, roughly. Alright, back to live. Love you. Yeah, there's gonna be Tycho Impact Crater. Zoom out a little bit again. And the view that I have right now, that's roughly our view. Hey, you're welcome. Absolutely, you're welcome. And it's getting daylight out quick. It's not quite that bright. This lens on that camera on the bottom is very, very light sensitive. Thanks, Raisin. Appreciate it. Did we land on the moon? Yeah, of course we did. 6 different times. 6 times, 12 people. Space is not meant for humans. Yeah, I agree. We're not meant for space travel. Our bodies do not like it. Can you jump off the highest mountain in the moon and survive? No. Because even taking the concept, there's 6 of the gravity, so you're 180 pounds here on Earth, you're going to be still 30 pounds on the moon. You're still going to have a velocity, and there's still going to be an impact. Hence, look at the impact craters. It's a gorgeous moon, though. We do have a gorgeous moon. Ah, you're welcome, Sam. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you also for coming in. Yeah, zoom back out real quick. Wow, it's getting hot already. Like, I'm starting to sweat a little bit. Gotta get warm. Zoomy. I don't think I zoomed out all the way. Don't see me. No, I didn't. I'd say that's like super thin rather than what it should look like. That's better. This is how much the camera lens can actually see. The sensor on the camera, I should say. Be correctly termed. There's our moon. We got the best moon in the source. I do agree. Hey, what's up, Max? How you doing, bud? Gonna be live tonight? I will be. If I ever get sleep. I got a 7-year-old son that's gonna keep me up today, so I do gotta sleep at some point. I do have to sleep at some point. Thanks, Kiwi. I appreciate that. Helping you live stream. Here on YouTube, I'll start streaming very often. You'll probably see me nearly on a nightly basis for the most part. It depends on the weather. Give him some Legos. You know what? He would try to end up in my bed and I'd be laying on Legos, so it just would not be good for me. He got the dog. We actually got him a dog a couple of years ago. That dog was a little crazy. When I went inside for my break earlier, that dog just started like kind of barking at me and wanting to go outside and play. I'm like, what are you doing? Too early for all that. No sleep for you. I'm used to it. Honestly, I'm used to it. Gosh, Hunter, all right, man. Appreciate you. Have an amazing weekend. If I don't see you again tonight, have an amazing weekend. Get his boxing gloves and bag. I'll be the bag. I think you guys forget how fathers take on these type of things. I'd be the bag. It'd be me that I'd be boxing. Yeah. Oh, don't worry about it, Trev. Man, don't worry about that, bro. Don't worry about it, man. I'm here to grow the community. Let you guys have these really cool views of astronomy and learn a little bit. Get to pick my brain a little bit. I think that's the fun part. This is Google, you scam bung. Okay, cool story. I mean, sure. Don't give him an iPad. Dude, he got my iPad actually. He always takes my iPad. He only gets on the weekends, of course, but he just watches a bunch of YouTube and plays video games. So. We're live during the lunar eclipse. No, it was not here in the USA. Is your little one into astronomy? You know what? He has his own telescopes. He enjoys looking at the sun. Of course, we do that safely, obviously. But he enjoys looking at the sun and the moon. That's about it, though. That's about his thing. Otherwise, it's just all about dinosaurs. I appreciate you, Trev. Yeah, I appreciate it, bud. We're still live, yeah. Still live this morning. Yeah, you're absolutely helping. We were supposed to be verified here already on YouTube, but someone already had my name, See the Skies. That account got verified with 12 users. Apparently, I didn't tell them, hey, by the way, my name over here has live at the end. So hopefully that gets resolved here quickly, too, which means that we'll instantly be able to do the rest of the cool stuff. 7 is the age of dinosaur and Lego. He's been in dinosaurs for so long now. That's like his thing. It has been his thing since he was probably like 2 years old. Sub yesterday and had to sub again tonight. No way. Did you have to? No way. Do I like dinosaurs? I'm not a big dinosaur fan. Obviously, I'm not into biology, astronomy. Get your JP1 dinos. That's cool. That's super cool. Yeah, that's super cool. He does enjoy certain things, so we spend a little bit of time looking at stuff, but I think his attention is almost yeah, like trying to get him to keep attention to different things. It's kind of tough. He's all over the place sometimes. I am too. I do tend to scroll off a lot too. I'm in Kansas City, over by Kansas City. It's just JP, not JP1. I'll have to actually look it up though. What are your thoughts on alien life? I think it's plausible. In science, we haven't found anything that says, hey, aliens do exist. We find certain evidence that say we need to verify, we need to check a little bit more. But we haven't found anything that says, yes, aliens exist. What up, Jose from Boston? How's it going, buddy? How is your day going? Good morning, good Saturday. It's not up just yet. The camera that you see on the bottom where the telescope is, it has a really, really sensitive lens. So it picks up more light than what you'd expect to see. But it is coming up. It's 6:28 a.m. Let me kind of show you the all sky camera right above us. So this is what it looks like right above me right now. You can see like a satellite coming through on like the bottom left. See where the telescope's pointing, of course. But you can always see this camera. This camera here at the observatory runs on our website, skieslive.com. Ain't bright yet. Why is the moon not spinning? Why do you keep asking that question, man? It's like the third time you asked me that question. But there's no doubt other biological life forms. Silly radiation, though. I mean, I'm not going to say there's no doubts, obviously. I think that gets in there. But science requires us to observe, test, and verify. So with the scientific method, The answer right now is no. We haven't observed, tested anything, or verified that life has been found yet outside of our planet. Otherwise, we'd just be liars at the end of the day. Anybody that says like life has been found, it's a lie. Everything is in motion, yeah. Everything in the universe is in motion. Everything in the universe rotates. Yeah, I mean, it's very possible on Mars. It's very possible on Europa. It's very possible on Claudius. It's very possible on Titan. I mean, there's a lot of possibilities, obviously. Yeah, that's the cool thing about science. And when it comes to me, you're going to get the answer of what I know. I'm not going to feed you anything. And of course, if I don't know, I'm going to tell you I don't know. If it's either yes or no, or I don't know. Jupiter. I mean, Jupiter. What do you mean about Jupiter? Any McDonald's in space? Nah. Did you capture Europa, the moon from Jupiter? We seen it. Yeah, we seen Jupiter just a minute ago. We seen all 4 Galilean moons just a minute ago. If we can make our view of the moon look really nice right now. Sometimes you can make the view just be like crazy beautiful. Just by adjusting like your contrast and the gamma and whatnot. Get some of the different minerals to really pop. You guys see the cat right now? How it kind of pops out. Some of the other areas that get a little bit darker. Just makes it look good. I feel like you've got a very young audience here. Yeah, it seems like there's quite the young audience here on YouTube. Why does Jupiter spin so fast? A great question. It just does. There's another planet, there's an exoplanet that has 7-hour days. Spins on its axis a full revolution in 7 hours. You think New Zealand's closer to the sun and the moon than the rest of the world? Yeah, I think you guys are so close to clouds. What are you talking about, man? You got clouds. Is it clouds right now for you in New Zealand? Me by two. It's horrible in New Zealand. I told you. You can't even measure the distance to the sun or the moon from New Zealand because it's always clouds. Always clouds, right? Crazy. Let me pull it down just a bit. Yeah, we really do have a stunning moon, though. Can't beat this view of the moon. Always gorgeous. You think the bigger it is, the slower it's been? Nah. There's big things that rotate slowly. There's big things that rotate rapidly. Just depends on a lot of influence. So like when we talk about Jupiter, Jupiter would have been a lot closer to where we are located in the solar system during formation, but Saturn kind of helped pull Jupiter outwards. So it could have been the influence from that. It could be in the influence from its 500 million mile long magnetic field. There's so much going on there, though. It could be its strong magnetic field that helps assist it. It's kind of hard to say exactly why. All the Fortress Coffee and Levi's last season 2018. Dude, no way. That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, there's a lot going on there. All of Australia is up in here. What do you mean, raining in Melbourne? I'm only a couple hours from Melbourne. It's calm, warm, beautiful spring evening. Wow. Yeah, I bet. Raisin. Think Sydney's the best? I've never been to Australia. I'm sure it'd be beautiful out there. Weather talk makes me mad, or makes me sad. Oh man. The sky's clear, only a couple hours north of Melbourne. Dang. It changes very fast from hot. The heat of the day, gotcha. What the heck are T5? What are T5 tornadoes? What are we talking about? I gotta kind of get a kick out of that one. What are T5? Man, I'm starting to think you guys are saying, okay, EF5. Enhanced Vegeta skill. Yeah, I got you now. I just had to give you a little crap when I said, when I read T5, I'm like, what is this going? T5, C5? Oh my goodness. Number 2, raining autumnish weather. Yeah, that's wild. That's wild weather. Super wild weather. Does that just mean windy? Yep. Yep. Absolutely. All that means, just windy. Category 5? This one. Roof's flying off the shed. Dude, an EF5 would tear down the shed. It would just do a lot of destruction. A lot of wind in it, man. Alright, y'all. 6:35 a.m. I don't know what else to do. That's a Texas norm. There you go. 100%. That's funny. Free car. Oh my goodness. Man, it is crazy seeing that camera right now, how bright it is out there. It's really not that bright. That camera is just really sensitive. Kansas too. Man, those sirens, yeah. Oklahoma's pretty wild though. Oklahoma will tornado warn almost any storm. It's crazy. They get a lot of tornadoes. They do some crazy stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna close up. Here quickly, we'll close out the live. It's been 7.5 hours I've streamed tonight. I'm pretty tired. Free car wash. That's funny. Yeah, that's funny. Alright, y'all. Got no big storms in the Gulf. Oh, no way. That's crazy. Is the sun up yet? No, not just yet. Not up yet. It's still pretty dark. Let me pull up the all-sky camera real quick. It's going to be getting bright out, though. You can still see stars in the all-sky camera. It's going to be bright soon. It's coming up. It is coming up. That's funny, Ella. Thank you. Oh yeah, make sure you turn on the bell notification. Oh yeah, absolutely. Jump in here tonight. We'll start out with Saturn again. It's a lot of fun. Saturn's always a blast. Oh, am I really? It's 6:37 a.m. Thanks, Sam. Appreciate that. Thanks, Raisin. I appreciate y'all. Alright. I'm out. Clear skies, y'all. See you tonight. This is a live view of the moon. Getting ready to be, not be. Kinda, it's getting bright out. Obviously this camera is just way overdone. But I'm gonna be shutting down, so if you want to watch the telescope fly around, we can. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh wait, actually let me set it to the right parking position. Observatory 1. And whee! Here it goes. Yeah, absolutely, Mara. Absolutely. Absolutely. You guys have an amazing day. Have an awesome weekend. And see y'all tonight. Bye, Karen. I see. I forgot you were in here. My goodness. Have a good day, y'all. See you soon. Tonight, probably around midnight Central Time. Gotta let Saturn get high enough. And we'll be on it. But, see you guys soon. Why am I leaving? Dude, I've been on for like 7.5 hours. I've been streaming 7.5 hours. I'm ready to go take a shower, lay down for a little bit, get a little bit of sleep in. Otherwise, I won't be here tonight. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate you. All right, clear skies, y'all. We'll see you soon.